Mr. Actus, is that you, my friend? How are we? How is it going, my people? We have some sham farming to do today. I'm almost tempted to just, like, exclusively save the sham farming for Friday. Because last time, the RNG was actually insane. We had... What do we have? I think we had 4 shams, 2 bunker SMGs, a legendary. Like, we had insane RNG last time, but that was on a Friday. I'm like, I don't know, I can't remember how often I do the sham farms on Fridays. Be way too busy, I hear you, my friend. We're nearing end of term. It feels like this term in Teachers College, there's like way more assignments to do than last time. Like last time I think they designed it where you did all your assignments kind of before you started your full practicum in the school. And then when you got back, you know, I would appreciate that. What for the 94% sham? Yeah, his edit needs to have an end somewhere. Alright, let me see. I don't need this one open. Don't need this one open. Mic is on, using the proper mic. Goody goody gumdrops. Alright, well, run 1033. You know, I would also like for us to get the sham farm. Also, Mr. Flip, welcome, my friend. And Mr. Strange, welcome, my friend. He never misses a sham farm. Let me turn the capture card down here so I don't deafen everybody in one swift stroke. Always gotta turn it down for the sham farm. We'll do there. Negative 19.4 decibels. That should be pretty merciful, I think. How are we all doing today? I need the weather to pick something and stick with it, because I swear I'm like teetering in with being ill and not. Because we had, like, a couple days ago we had some really nice weather, and then it snowed. April 6th and it snows. Mr. Zach, welcome, my friend. How are we? Working on more assignments. I hear you, my friend. work on an assignment that's due on Friday at some point, probably tomorrow. I have to make a math test tomorrow too for my grade 6s. So, but I hear you. But we get through it. I'm playing BL2 on my Switch. Good man. Good man. You on OP10 on the Switch? Or no, I guess Switch only got OP8, right? It has what do you call it? The peak, Digistruct peak. I'm sick with a cold at home. I feel that too. I'm not quite as bad as I was in late November there, but it's been 3 times since then, which is not a, what am I doing? Which is not a great record. Oh my god. I'm out of practice. I'll get the hang of it. I just need like 2 runs. Then we'll get back into the swing of sham farming. It's an art at this point. Not just anyone can do it. I was so pissed off at school today. We had some mandatory info session that literally they didn't post about anywhere, so we had to find it. One class had had it mentioned to them, so we had school like non-stop from 8:30 to 2:20. No breaks, no nothing. Because first class ended at from 8:30 to 11:20, then the webinar started at 11:30 till 1, and then our next class started at 1. Not fun. We lived, but not fun. The second class was fun. It was different for today. Flip. Mr. Strange, I fear you may suffer from a mild case of dyslexia, but that's okay. It makes for some fun times. Switch has OP10. Did the Switch get the Fight for Sanctuary DLC? I guess there's no reason why it wouldn't have. Who you playing as? That's okay. You gotta warm up to it again. You can't have Friday RNG every day. We can hope, but we can't, most likely we won't get it. Is there any item you want me to look for in the big pile of stuff while we await a sham drop? Let me know. I will attempt to look for it. I'll give out $5 prizes. Yeah. That's okay. First run of the day. It's alright. 134. My nose is blocked. Mine's getting there. Mine is getting there. If you have, I don't know if in Australia, if you guys have Dristan, it's like a nose spray, buy it. It's a godsend. Like, I know how you feel, like, when you're, you know, you get super stuffed and you're, you're trying to sleep and you're just, like, sitting there, like, and it's just not working. It's not working. No matter what side you turn on, no matter how far you turn your head back, or if you sit up, like, nothing works. Dristan. Look for it. It's, like, all you need is 1 spurts per nostril. Just give it, like, 2 minutes, and you will be able to smell sounds. It's amazing. Gunzerk. Nice. Gunzerking on the Vita is actually awful. But eventually we will get to there, because I really hope we play through all the characters. As we go through our Vita endeavors, showcase what each character is like on the Vita. Not doing a sham farm for each, obviously, but, you know, it seemed from my post that I made about the up-and-coming late April series, there's a few other people out there who are interested in participating in a multiplayer thing. So, I mean, we have multiple characters to play, multiple series to do, multiple multiplayer opportunities. Please do some Lego Skywalker Saga streams. Was that game multiplayer? Did it have split screen? Because I like saving the Lego games for when Jesse's here, because we do those streams together. I was thinking whenever we complete Lego Star Wars 3, give Star Wars a break and do one of the Lego Harry Potters. Because I think I have them on the Wii. So we could do a Wii stream. Because, yeah, I don't have them on the PS3, and I don't think they made them on the PS2, so we'll do it on the Wii. Why not? We played the Force Unleashed on there, may as well break it out again. 1037 will have a sham. Alright. Let's see if Mr. Flip's precognition is correct. Can you type the name of the spray in chat? I can. Well, I can type how I think it's spelt. It should be relatively the same, but... yeah. Let me see. I think that's how you spell it. I don't know how else you would spell that. I'm so bad at Fortnite right now. You should give up on your dreams then. Nah, I'm kidding. I've played Fortnite once in my whole life. It was years ago, and it was actually at Ben's house. When Ben still lived in town here, just literally a 3-minute walk up the road. I played it once because we had one of our other friends over at the time. And, I don't know, I got like 5th, but I wasn't exactly great at the game. I think I was just lucky at where I was, like, there wasn't a whole bunch of people around me. And, I might have killed like 1 or 2 people. We got a follow on TikTok, thank you my friend. Appreciate it, and some likes. Always appreciated. Nice, finished my Sal playthrough on Vita last month or something. Went for the deputy build with the orphan. How well did that run on the Vita? I'm curious. I'm curious to see how that went. Yeah, it's multiplayer. What's Okay, yes, Skywalker Saga. I know it's not online multiplayer, and I know a lot of people were upset about that when the game came out. Because modern game and also the complete saga on the PS3 and the 360 had online multiplayer, so kind of odd as to why they didn't. We got another follow on the TikTok. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you guys. You're spreading the appreciation tonight. I love it. Dristan or Lego Lord of the Rings. I don't actually own Lego Lord of the Rings. Actually, no, that's not true. I might have it on the DS. I I think that's the only version of it that I actually have. Not about to capture DS footage. I could do it through an emulator, but honestly, the way that... Also, Mr. Levi, I forgot to say hello to you, my friend. Mr. Patron, welcome, my friend. Everybody's coming in tonight for the Sham stream. R.I.P. the woman called, lol. What? Oh, him. R.I.P. the woman called. That's a shame. 1,234 will give us a sham. I like the precognition, but that's like many, many times into the future. I'm not doing 200 runs tonight, unfortunately. As much as I don't have to get up tomorrow super duper early in the morning, I still need to catch up on the sleep I missed from the past couple days. Don't worry, I have 2 after Friday, 2 more weeks of school, and then we'll begin the summer streams. We'll begin the Borderlands 2 Vita story playthrough once again, and I still need to make a thumbnail for Tokyo Xanadu, because I really want to do that game too. The soundtrack in that game is absolutely fire. I love it. It's great. You should love it too. 199 runs to go. Well, we have 1,037. That's our guess for a sham drop so far. Our within reasonable distance guess of sham. Can't wait to play the story mode again and have to get up half the time and unplug the Vita TV to negate the freezing issues. Let's see what we got. It's gonna be one of those nights. That's okay. I swear the RNG is predetermined depending on the day. Like if it's Friday, better RNG. If I just change the Vita's internal clock, you think we'll get better RNG? What is that? Purging TMP. Might have Pearl. No, I think the RNG we had last time was just a Cinderella run, so I'm asking too much. Please do a May 4th Star Wars Day stream. What day is May the 4th? Like, what day of the week is that? I have to see. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter since I'll be done school by then, but I still have to make sure I'm just not working that day. What should if we do that on May the 4th, what game should we play? Should we play like OG Battlefront 2 on the PS2? Because we've done the Lego games already. Like, we've done the original Lego games. Lego Star Wars 3 is dependent on if Jesse is here. But, like, I have the original Battlefront games on the PS2. We did the Force Unleashed. I don't think I have any of the other Star Wars games that they made on the PS2. I have Republic Commando for the 360, or original Xbox, and I play it on the 360. I have Battlefront Elite Squadron on the PSP. I could hook up to the thing. Maybe I accidentally typed 1037 when I meant was 1070. What do you mean? I'm sticking with 1037 because it's close. It gives me hope. Battlefront 2 2005. I mean, yeah, we can do that. There is a way. I just have to set it up prior because otherwise it shows internet information. There is a way to technically get that online. Like, you can play, like, you don't need to mod a PS2 or anything. You just need to go into the network settings within the game and type in a certain DNS server address. And you can get the game online because it'll just point you to a specific server. So that would be pretty cool if some of the viewers, if y'all have a PS2 kicking around and a copy of Battlefront 2, if we can get some form of online capability working in that. When I say online, I'm not talking like, 20-player lobbies or however many. I think it was 24? 24 players back then? I don't know. I'm not talking like that's what it's going to end up being, because usually these DNS specific server things that you join are very dead, because there's no AI bots running around. It's purely filled with just people. And not a lot of people are playing the original Battlefront 2 on the PS2 these days. Unfortunately. But, could be something. Slightly worse than average performance, but I'm used to it. At this point, yeah, I hear you. I think this game has desensitized me for, like, if I... Not that I'm playing games on stuff that runs them crappy, but... It takes a lot for me to say a game is running like garbage after playing this and rendering it unplayable. You're not a sham. You're a failure. What are you? No pearls. Hopium 25. We should try it for real. I'd be down for that. I would absolutely be down for that. You just have to go online and find... Because there's people... all the time, or at least before there was. You just go online and find somebody who has a DNS setup for it that has an open lobby going. And quite literally, as long as your game is pointing at that DNS thing and you're using that certain network configuration, you can theoretically just get it to work. That would be sick. That would be sick. Playing Hero Showdown in the Cantina level on the PS2 online, because all you need is an Ethernet cable. Like, I don't know. I have a Slim, so the Ethernet port was built into the Slim. But if you're rocking a fat PS2, then you'd need the Ethernet adapter. I think that was a thing. I don't know. All right, we're on run 1037. This is the God run that Mr. Flip told us it would be, so let's see if his channel hopes are correct, because if he's wrong, not only is he banished, we will send a frequency signal through the stream and into his phone that will implode the CPU and take his hands off. So, risk and reward. My Easter haul is never ending, and I'm starting to get sick of chocolate. Don't worry, just try being type 1 diabetic, and it'll halt your chocolate dreams very quickly. Not that you can't have any, but like you just can't scarf it down. That's a thing that I just don't know. Like you just don't scarf down an unlimited amount of food as a diabetic, especially chocolate. So I just don't know that feeling, because I know a lot of people do, or like, you know, it's like midnight or something and you're out with your friends, or not that I drink, but people who go out for drink and you're just like, oh, let's just order a bunch of McDonald's or something. You just don't do that. I just don't know that feeling, because at that time of night, putting in a 60 carb McDonald's meal is not the most recommended course of action. A quick kill. This is what I wanted to see. Melt! Suffer! Is there someone hosting a server? If there is someone hosting a server on the PS2, that person needs some love. They really do. Unfortunately, you'll never figure out who it is unless you hack into it for some reason, but I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why you would be that person. It'll be like the one head explosion from Scanners. That's what will happen to me. Absolutely. He's predicted his demise perfectly. Nice. Can we time out him for 10 seconds if we don't get a sham this run? Is that a thing? Can you do that on YouTube? I still have no idea what modding privileges give you on I'm no expert, but my eyes do not perceive a sham on the floor right here. I'm sorry to say this, Mr. Flip. Or whoever said it. Who said it? Yeah, Mr. Flip. Your time on this earth is over. What about KFC? What about KFC? I mean, well, yeah, that too, right? Like the breaded chicken. I don't know. Well, we didn't have a KFC around here until recently. Are you a pearl? No! Lies! What are you, cut rat shield? I don't need you. It said rat, right? Rate, oh no. My brain is shutting down. That's fine. Alright. We're flying blind now. I have no idea when we might find a sham. Immaculate. Cheese rat. Says Mr. Strange. Beauty. Yesterday I felt, I don't know, I felt like playing Borderlands, but I didn't want to boot up the pre-sequel, because I'm in the middle of a character on that one, and I'm like, I've played a lot of pre-sequel recently, and Borderlands 2, to keep it fresh, I usually just save it from when I'm streaming, so I don't usually play it on my own anymore, unless I'm like trying to farm for something on my high-level character, or if I'm playing it on like my handheld Vita, but that's not usually too often. So I'm like, I'll boot up Borderlands 3 again, why not, on the PS4. I was able to, I mean, I didn't test the multiplayer, but I was able to get the game to where I'm able to have it online, like the PS4 connection is online, and the game itself is set to online with friends, and I'm able to load into maps without having it crash immediately. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if Gearbox fixed something on their end with the shift servers, or what, but I decided to load up a new character, because I never played as... Is it Mose? Is that the one with, the mech? I don't know, on Borderlands 3. Because I've only ever played as Zane, and I have like a maxed out Zane, and he's too overpowered. He's too fast, and he's invincible with the shield spec that I have him on, and the game's just, as much as the game is easy already, like, it's just too easy. It's almost not fun to do some of the challenges. I want to do arms race with him, though. I feel like that would kind of put my character back on a level playing field, but I loaded up Mose, loaded up just a fresh level 1 character, just playing through the game again. It's fun. I feel like it's as much a modern Borderlands game as you can get without it being like Borderlands 4. And at this point, if I'm playing Borderlands 3, I usually just tune the story out anyway. Like, I'll just slap on some Mr. Nightmare, and then just go through the motions pretty much, go for side missions, just play through the game. Because the gunplay is still very fun, the gameplay as well, even on a PS4, which many would probably think is not the best way to be playing the game. But you know what, it's still fun. 1080p 30 is fine for that. Like, I'm not trying to push for insanely high graphics, and the texture quality is pretty decent too. Also, I'm sorry, I didn't know it deleted your message. What message? This bro muting my my speech IRL. We got a bunker SMG. You have to suffer for that. Is that a slag one? It is a slag one. I don't think we've got a slag bunker SMG before. Okay. That's pretty nice, I suppose. It's a different element. I think we've only had no element and fire before. Those are the only ones that I can actually recall, but that's cool, I suppose. Grants immunity to corrode damage. You know, I should probably... We still have to fight Master Yi in this DLC. That should probably... I should probably take that shield, honestly. Because he's all about corrosive damage, and I wanted to do it in multiplayer. I know you can cheese it in single player, but I don't think you can do that in multiplayer. So I have a shield that's immunity to corrosive damage already, but I think it's just like a white crap shield. So I'm gonna actually drop that one and then put that one in my inventory. Recharge rate. That's a pretty fast recharge rate. That's like double the recharge rate of the B shield, actually. Holy crap. That's like an instant... Okay, never mind. I'm gonna keep that one. That's like an instant recharge. It recharges double what the actual shield capacity is, and then the recharge delay is only like 1.5 seconds. Not bad. Is the watch party still up? What watch party? Do you still stream on Twitch? I don't know. Like, I wouldn't mind streaming on Twitch. I don't want to pay the restream people to be able to stream on 3 platforms at once, because I can stream to 2 for free. It's like a monthly fee you have to pay to stream for 3, and I'm like, yeah. There's not really a huge following on Twitch to begin with anyway. I understand the video quality is probably better on Twitch, but we've been having problems with the Twitch for the longest time. Like, it'll just stream as a black screen, and then the VOD afterwards shows what happened, but doing it live is pointless because of the black screen. Like, it doesn't play anything and you can't hear anything. So, no, I don't usually stream on Twitch anymore, unfortunately. I could probably figure out how to fix it. Maybe during the summer I will, but right now I just don't have the time to. I don't know how I'd stream a Laserdisc online capture card. Your Laserdisc is most likely using the RCA cables. You know, composite cables, red, white, and yellow. Just plug those into an HDMI converter, plug the HDMI converter into a capture card. And then there you go, stream online. If that's what you meant. Is that what you meant? Like, or I don't really know how else you could interpret that information. I'm just gonna tell him. It was that meme with the guy putting his hand on the other guy's shoulder. If you've ever been in the PS3 subreddit, you know what I'm talking about. It's like the holy grail of images in that subreddit, or that Reddit, because of everybody's PS3s dying on them. B-Shield, what are you doing? No! This is a quick kill and we let him live. It's fine, his health should be low enough that he isn't doing any other funky shenanigans. Alright. Cheating death, not on my watch. Out of the way! This is not good for frames. You can just point the camera to Or you could do that with the camera at the TV. I'm sorry. I mean, it could be a CRT. You know, we can't judge, especially with a laserdisc player. If you're trying to be era accurate, then CRT. I was moving the. This was last weekend actually. The eMac that I have, Education Mac. I don't care. I love the eMac, so I bought one years ago. I was moving that up to the kitchen because I was converting home movies that we have on the mini DV tapes. If you ever had a digital camera from the early 2000s, you could buy them where they were compatible with like mini. They look like mini VHS tapes, pretty much. Same scenario. Low power will get you 90 minutes. Standard power will get you 60 minutes. In any case, I was converting those to digital because I have an old version of iMovie on the eMac, and it just works with that. You get a FireWire cable, and it'll recognize the camera no problem, and then it plays the tape in real time, and then it imports it to iMovie. In any case, I was moving that thing upstairs because it's in the basement. Holy crap! Is the eMac heavy? And I guess it would go for like, you know, the iMac 2 of the time, like the original iMac G3. Because the CRTs, it's very much front heavy because of the CRT. And I'm just thinking to myself, because I was a child when CRT TVs were a thing. So like I wasn't moving them and lifting them, but I'm just like thinking about the CRT that we had in the main room back then. I'm just like, I don't envy the person that had to carry that thing into the house from... I just don't envy the person that had to transfer it from the factory into anywhere, into the store, onto the shelf, out of the shelf. So, like, because the eMac, I think, is 60 or 65 pounds on its own. And it's not a big computer. Like, physically, it's not a big computer. By today's standards, it's a big computer, thick computer, but, you know... it doesn't take up a lot of space, but it's a dense piece of white plastic. Imagine the vibe, Laserdisc, CRT, and watching Star Wars for the first time. I gotta try that. I think you do have to try that. We have the Star Wars VHS tapes. I know Jesse, we went to some store, like, I think the store was called Mint Vintage. It's a really cool store. That's where I got my inbox PS3 remote control, like the DVD Blu-ray remote control, and an inboxed version of the PSP component cables. They had a whole bunch of other stuff, but she got the Star Wars, like A New Hope, before it was called A New Hope, VHS tape with the box that said... I don't know if it was the one before or after it said, like, the hi-fi stereo thing marker on it. I think the store had both. It had both copies, and I thought one of them was rare, but I don't remember which one she actually ended up getting. I'm still looking for Revenge of the Sith on VHS because it was never released here, and I'm pretty sure, Mr. Zach, it was released in your neck of the woods. So, like, if you ever find one, buy it. They go for a little chunk of change, but, you know. I know I could... Don't move. I know I could bootleg it, but it's not the same. I have the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. Would like to have a complete set. I'm trying to set up the farm in Sanctuary to get XP to not think about it. Are you talking like what speedrunners do? They set up the, like, Fight for Sanctuary farm? Or something else? Because I know whenever I watch Jolts, when he does his videos, and he starts at level 30... or no, he doesn't start at level 30, but he, like, goes into the Fight for Sanctuary DLC and does some stuff there, and then goes to the peak and does some stuff there, too. Mr. Donut Lord, welcome, my friend. Yeah, there's heaps on VHS. I mean, you know what you have to do. There's heaps on eBay. Or, I mean, there's heaps on eBay. For Revenge of the Sith, you'd be surprised. There's not a whole bunch of listings for Revenge of the Sith on eBay. And even then, you have to be careful. Um, because, like I said, there could be a lot of bootlegs, and I know there's a lot of bootleg copies flying around. I'd have to double check and make sure, like, what is the actual cover supposed to look like, and then I don't know. Because the ones on eBay here are like $300. I'm like, I love Revenge of the Sith, but for a format that I'm not really gonna just readily watch, the VHS player, the VCRs in the basement, not plugged into anything and into storage, and the belt, the main belt, is an elastic band. It's not actually a belt anymore. Um, I'm like, I'd almost be afraid to put it in the VHS player, in fear that it would eat the tape. And I'm like, yeah, it's Revenge of the Sith. I know our A New Hope copy, the special edition gold A New Hope copy, got eaten way back when. I have another one, but originally, I don't know, it just scarred me for life. I'm like, I don't want to put tapes in here anymore because it's going to ruin them. Ow. Hey! Hola, Mr. Streamer Dude, man. The trademark. We got to turn that into a shirt as well. When Ben and I finally ever get merch going on, we'll just put Mr. Streamer Dude Man on one of them. Let's win some games. That's a classic one. Gotta think of other things to put on them. I'll read the chats in a second. Don't you dare escape on me this time. There we go. 2 questions left till I can submit this assignment. Your voice is helping me. Is that the assignment that you were doing last stream? I can't remember if that was, I think, the Battlefront stream that we did. Is this the same assignment? The one that you said was due on... Well, I guess, yeah, because it's Friday for... No, it'd be Thursday for you. Or maybe not, I don't know. You know your own time better than... Don't kill me. You know your own time better than I do. Hey, man. Don't Captain America me, please. Nerd. Oh, no. One of them lived. Ah! All that and no Sham. What a shame. No, the test dummy. How do you farm XP with the test dummy? Oh! I vaguely remember people doing that. That's an old XP farm. I was late to school today because someone decided it was a great time to go 15 and a 30 speed limit. I hate when that happens. You just get stuck behind like the 1 or 2 slowest people on the planet. How dare we get stuck behind law-abiding citizens? No, I was actually, like, my class is at 8:30 this morning, and I got there at 8:30. I was like 15 minutes late. Because the town that I have to drive through, one of them that I have to drive through, they were already doing construction on like some further part of the road, and they're redoing the plumbing because they have to do that every 100 years. Oh, I didn't add our bunker SMG. 45. But like the main part of the town was closed off today, and I couldn't turn left on the place that I usually turn left, so you have to go around the whole main part of the town, and everyone is now funneled to go that one way on top of the extra traffic that's already being caused by the construction. I'm just like, you just don't even want to go into school at that point. It's so just awful. Breathing. Maybe when you're done with BL2 on the Vita, can you do the Mac stuff? Borderlands 2 on the Mac? I'd have to figure out how I would actually capture that. Because as much as I have my actual MacBook for it, I feel like that would be cheating. Like I have to do it on an era appropriate Mac, and I have a I think I have a 2009. Either have a 2009 or a 2010 white MacBook. And I could probably get a copy. I don't want to open my physical copy of Borderlands 2 on the Mac. Like, I want to keep that one sealed as much as possible. But I have the game on Steam, so, like, I could just... I'm sure I could find a version of Steam that works. Actually, I have Steam on my Mac Mini, my 2012 Mac Mini and it still runs. Like, you can still download games on it. It just keeps giving you the message, we'll lose support in 0 days, because that time was like 5 years ago, but it still works. So I could probably just copy that version over to the white MacBook and then download it from there, and then just figure out how to get the video out from there. What video display capabilities did those ones have? Thunderbolt? Like the original Thunderbolt? I guess I could find a Thunderbolt 1 to HDMI converter and then just plug that into the capture card. I don't know. I'm all about trying to play these games on the hardware that they were originally designed for. And I feel like doing that on the Mac would be fun. And if not, I could probably just do my Mac Mini. That would probably be easier, actually. And give better performance. I'll have to see. I haven't thought that far ahead. Yeah, well, yeah, Thursday at 2 p.m. There's a lag, by the way. Are you talking, like, regular lag in the game, or other stream lag? I haven't dropped any frames. I can't wait to get a PS4 controller to play this version. Oh yeah, because you're playing on the PlayStation TV as well, right? Because yeah, if either a PS4 or a PS3 controller will do you well if you're not trying to mod the system, which I 100% understand. So yeah, that would work swell. Can't you just use the capture card? I mean, you can use the capture card, but, like, if you're playing on a MacBook, like, an old MacBook, for example, like, my capture card is an external device. Like, it's an external piece of hardware. It's not something, like, that plugs into a gaming PC, and it's kind of just built into the system. So, the capture card has a video in and a video out, and the video out is usually so you can display it into a TV, and you're not, like, playing it off of the game capture window. Or I guess I lied. It has 3 ports on it. It has an HDMI in, a USB-C, which puts the video onto your computer, and then another HDMI out so that you can... It's like a pass-through cable, basically. Because playing the game through the capture window adds input latency. Like, there's input lag to it. And for some games, like this game, probably be fine, honestly, but... For other games, most games that people are using a 1080p 60 capture card for, you probably don't want to use it for input lag. Would you ever get a Mac Neo? I probably wouldn't. For the things that I use my computer for, like especially this, the Mac Neo would probably not be able to handle it. And like, I mean, for like teaching purposes, like if I'm designing lessons on it and doing PowerPoints and whatever, it would be fine for. But I also do video streaming, so like it would not be very good for that. And video editing, I could probably do some light video editing, but it probably won't be the fastest encoding machine. You should play on an error-appropriate Mac in version 1.0 Borderlands before all the patch stuff. Game lag? Mr. Zach, how many Sham Borderlands streams have you been to? This is just how the game runs. This is life for the Vita. I mean, I could. Like, the disc, maybe I'll order another copy of the disc, because the one that I got off of eBay was, like, $4. It was $4 sealed. It just took a long time to get here, because I don't remember where it came from, but it took a while. I'm assuming the disc would probably have version 1.0 on it. The only issue is that I don't know if it requires a Steam connection to actually play. I would think not. I don't know. Like, to authenticate itself? Probably not, because it might just be for, like, an activation thing where it's like, oh, a lot of PC and definitely a lot of Mac games at the time were like, you have the disc, sure, you can play the game as much as you want off the disc, but if you want to, you know, take your computer somewhere and you don't necessarily want to take the disc with you, you can activate it through, like, the game launcher with a code that comes in the box, usually, and then that would just enable you to play the game without needing the disc as kind of like a starter thing. I don't know, it's kind of like when you install a game with a disc on the PS4 and PS5, like Borderlands 4, for example, you install it on your PS5 with a disc, but you need to input the disc every time. Activating your game online would negate the need for the disc. You just be able to click on the game and run it. But like I would like to think that the Mac version disc has version 1.0 on it, or at least the closest thing to it. The PC version I would definitely think has version 1.0. And I know the Mac version is one of the only versions to still call the Lyuda Lyuda in the title card or the gun card. So, and that's, you don't need version 1.0 for that. Game lag seems to be game lag. Can you buy the DLC in the store? What DLC? Like, you talking for the Mac? Yeah, you should still be, like, if you're buying it off of Steam, I can't speak for the App Store version, but if you're buying it off Steam, Mr. Joe Swanson? Hey, Peter. How's it going, my friend? How's Peter Quagmire in Cleveland doing, my friend? In terms of the Steam version, yeah, you can still buy the DLC. I don't think the Mac got the Fight for Sanctuary or maybe it did. I can't remember which versions. I can't remember if it was just the old console versions that didn't get it or what. I don't know. I should know this, but I'm not remembering. If you're on the Steam version of Mac, you can still get the DLCs. Like, that's absolutely fine. I don't know about the App Store version, though. I can't speak for that since I don't know. Okay, the capture card acts as a pass-through thing. It can act as a pass-through. Like, you don't need to use the pass-through function. It's helpful if you do, because input lag is a thing. But, like, let's say for whatever reason you're just trying to use it as a TV, like you're just trying to use your computer as a TV, you could take the HDMI from your game console, plug it into the capture card, and then take the USB-C cable from the capture card, plug it into your computer, and then just use like OBS or some other video capturing software and just be able to play the game through that. It would technically work that way. Have you not seen it run Cyberpunk? I have seen it run Cyberpunk, but like, that's a game that's heavily optimized for the Mac as well. Like, most games are not optimized for the Mac. And while it should be able to run it properly, it might not run it properly. Does Zero Bore crash the game? I have no idea yet. I don't know if it does, because I have never played a Zero character on the Vita. I think after Maya, maybe we'll try a Zero character, because I know a lot of people are curious about that. So, we'll put the myth to bed finally. See, I would imagine it probably does, just seeing as how spending too much time in areas like Sawtooth Cauldron is enough to crash the game. Just existing will crash the game. What's y'all's top 3 chicken sandwich places? Mary Brown's. I think it's a Canadian thing, but Mary Brown's is like top. It's top, if not number 1. A&W's got some pretty good chicken sandwiches too. And then, I don't know what I'd pick as a third. I think there's a lot of contenders for third. That sounds like it's gonna hurt me. The directional audio is not very accurate on this version. Popeyes, and Popeyes. I mean, hey, to each their own, right? Yeah, you can still buy all the DLC on the App Store version, which I'm kind of shocked about that you can do that. Pop-Tart for Jesus. Hey, back at it again. Welcome back, my friend. We're always back with a Sham Farm stream. This will never end, so we'll always just have Sham Farm streams. The 94 Sham is a myth that I cooked up in my wildest dreams to just have a sense of purpose. I'm dying! I need second wind capabilities in case. I'll just not give you the satisfaction, though. I'm shooting at the crates! Ah! Don't you dare. Get out of the Sham drop zone. God damn. Now I've got you. Now. Uh-oh. I don't see a Sham. You ate it. Don't kill me. That would be very rude of you. Okay, that was not a very elegant finish to that fight. It did, and I can send a pic on the Discord. Okay. Mr. Pack on TikTok. Yo, you still grinding for the 94 Sham? Absolutely, my friend. It never ends. My grandfather drank out of my drink, and I just reminded him of my cold. He's dead. You may as well pre-order the tombstone now, Mr. Zach. Yo, Jesus Pop-Tart, dude. What's up, Donut Lord? I'm doing a TVHM Maya run as we speak. What are you playing on? You also a Vita runner? You dedicated to the craft? Are you doing a boring playthrough and playing on modern hardware with 4K 60 frames per second or more? Who would do such a thing? Sounds like someone will get the cold shoulder. Yeah, I got a chuckle out of him. The Sigma chuckle. Oh, I can't breathe. How playable is this version? I'll let you be the judge. Also, welcome, Mr. Dad Moonblade. How's it going tonight? I'll let you be the judge of that. 1045. I would say the bunker area, except for when he's dropping items, is one of the more playable areas of the game. Same with the beginning area. The Claptrap house area is pretty good. The Terramorphous Arena before he spawns in is really good, actually. It's not bad. Definitely not on the Vita. A Vita on my PC, though. I've never owned a Vita. Well, I mean, it's never too late to own one. Had a PSP once, though. You can play PSP games on the Vita. If you mod it, you can just install the whole PSP OS on it and then just load ISOs or whatever format PSP games are in, which is pretty nice. It kind of sucks. Like, I hate that Sony... I mean, they didn't do a lot of things for the Vita, but one of the things I wish they did was put all PSP games on the Vita store. Because they have a lot of them. Don't get me wrong, they have a lot of them. But there are some games that would have benefited from the extra performance the Vita gave. And it's been proven with people who have modded their Vitas and have run these games like digitally, but I know Lego Star Wars 2 is one of them. It ran okay on the PSP, but on the Vita it'll run at a locked 60. But it was never put onto the PlayStation Store, so you can't get it legitimately. And that was the same for a lot of games. Like Spider-Man 3, I know, was never put onto the on the Vita store. So, I don't know. I just really wish they did that, because there's some games that, as much as I can and have modded my system, there's still something about just owning your games legitimately and just popping one in, and it's the joy of limitation almost. Like, you get overwhelmed sometimes by just having everything, and it doesn't feel as fun to me. Like, obviously, if a game is exceedingly rare and there's actually no way of obtaining it legitimately, then okay, fine, but I'm getting injured, or no. Get off the screen! He's dropping them weird, man. Playable at 27 to 30 frames. I want to add other parts drop as low as 15 FPS. That's still playable, alright? Remember the era that this game came out in, and remember the hardware that you're playing it on. Like, the PlayStation TV that we're playing it on is quite literally, like, I want to say 3/4 of the length of the width of a PlayStation 4 controller, and maybe a little taller than it, and like a little thicker than a USB port. And it's fanless. Like, it's insane how hidden you can put it on your entertainment unit, and at the same time you're playing full Borderlands 2 on it, or you're playing other games like full The Amazing Spider-Man, or full Minecraft, or full Wipeout, right? Like, an Uncharted, well, can't play Uncharted out of the box. You have to do some stuff to it, but like, it can do these things. Hold up a second. Breathing is a challenge. If you want to invite me to your wedding when you get married, there better be chicken sandwiches there. We want to do, there's a place up in the town that I have to drive through to get to school. We want to do a chicken finger bar. Like, you can just, it's just like a buffet almost of chicken fingers. That's one of the things I want to do. Have them cater the wedding. Lowest I've experienced is 6 and 7. That is, why are you commenting on your own chat? What is that? Yeah. Just got here, sup, bro. Mr. Skeleton, welcome, my friend. How are we doing? If I can get all the DLCs on the Vita, I'll get it just to play BL2 on the fly. You can get some. I will say this. There's a reason why we're playing at level 61. It's because the Vita did not get the UVHM upgrade 2. It did not get Tina DLC. It did not get any of the Headhunters. What it did get was Krieg, Gage, the Torg DLC, and the Oasis DLC, and the UVHM upgrade 1. So there are pearls, there are Seraph weapons, just not all of them. And no OP levels either. So I would say if you want a complete version on the go, either get a Switch, or if you have like a handheld PC lying around, the games run really well on those. But like, what are you playing on? We're playing on the PlayStation Vita. This is the PS Vita version of the game. It is a long-forgotten port. And I'm pretty sure this is the only version of the game where you can play it on these low of graphics settings right out of the box and still experience frame rates such as this. I hope that answers your question. I added a photo in the Discord of the DLC section of the port on the App Store. Okay. Yeah, it's probably just in like the add-on section or whatever that section used to look like on the App Store. I'm honestly shocked that they still have it open on the App Store, considering I guess you could play it on an M series Mac. Like I can play Borderlands 2 on my M1, and it has to translate the game, obviously, because it's not ARM based, it's Intel based, but it's fine. I have the game case somewhere here. There we go. Shown it off a bajillion times, but I don't get sick of it. Borderlands 2 on the PS Vita. So, you know. There you go. Beauty port. I got it physically. I had it digitally originally, and then I'm like, you know what? I like physical games, so I tracked down a physical copy, and the PlayStation TV can run physical games, so why not? And Borderlands 2, despite its state, was one of the, well, I would say one of the few. There's a decent chunk of games that got updates to support the PlayStation TV, because not all games will. But it actually got an update to support it, so I just thought that funny. I'm guessing they're, ooh, E-Tech, I'm never using you. They probably figured that, hey, the game already exists on the PS3, so it would kind of be silly if it doesn't work on the Vita TV, on the TV, so. Man, I played Shadow of the Colossus on the PS2. Pelagelia Arena drops to 10 FPS, and I consider it the best game and best experience I've had playing video games. I will never complain about FPS. You know what? That's true. If you really love a game, and it's a really good game, FPS shouldn't really matter. I mean, you know, if it's running at like 2 frames per second, it's unplayable, then it kind of matters. But like, you know, there are some, like the original Killzone, I know that's not everybody's favorite game. On the PS2, it kind of has a hard time running in some areas and some levels, but it's still a really fun game, right? And you don't let that kind of detract from the experience. How rare is an 81% sham on first playthrough? Like in any version of Borderlands? I don't know, it's 3%. To get a sham is 3%. I'm not sure what the parts are that you need to get an 81. I'd say it's one of the more common ones, though. The cool factor is worth it. It reminds me of when I played on my Windows 7 PC, ultra low good games. I remember on my Windows 7 laptop before it got one of the service pack updates, and I didn't know any better because I was a kid, but we had we still have it, Spider-Man 3 on the PC, the game, and I remember throwing it in that ThinkPad Windows 7 laptop. It probably had a Pentium of some kind in it, 64 megabytes of VRAM. I think it had 8 gigs of actual RAM though, so it was okay in that department. SSD. Had to play through the entire game pretty much looking at the ground or looking at the sky for it to be playable enough that I could get through the levels. The subway levels sucked because I don't know, the game always lagged in the subway. That's another playthrough we could do on the channel at some point. I have Spider-Man 2 on the PS2 and Spider-Man 3 on the PS2 and the PS3, so that could be something fun to go back and visit. I know the graphics might not have aged the best for the original Spider-Man 2, but, you know, it's fine. It's fun. 81 is one of the most common ones? Okay. I believe Mr. Strange, he knows the things about Borderlands better than I do. Or Mr. Patriot. I think a lot of you guys know stuff better than I do. I will take FPS overlook every day. There was a time, well, there was a time in the past I emulated a Windows on Mac to play CSGO and had a crisp 1 FPS after about 10 minutes of play. I shut it off. You just give up. Somebody insert that picture of the guy mining and he's like stopping just before he strikes gold. No, I did that too. I had an iMac before the motherboard decided to kill itself. I put Windows on it through boot camp and ran CSGO. It was like a 2011 iMac, I think. It ran it pretty well, actually. You know, it was okay. You just gotta make sure you have all the right drivers installed if you're using boot camp, and then things. I saw somebody on Reddit run God of War, like the 2018 God of War on a 2015 iMac. Wasn't the best, but it was playable. Like, it was okay. I would consider it playable. How did you last 10 minutes playing 1 FPS? You are a champ. I mean, it wasn't all too bad. It was nice to just experience it again, though can't say I would want to experience it again on 1 FPS. Masochist. That's fair. You know what? But it's okay. You know, these companies, they made this game. Ugh. I just need to sit like this for a second. There we go. They sold this game, you know, it's money, right? Clearly it has to be playable state if they're selling it to you for money. What's y'all's dream pet? I want to train Trash Panda Raccoon to watch movies. It's not gonna lie. It's a very specific dream pet, but you seem to have put thought into this before. I'll show off the weapons for the new people that we have. Seraph weapons, pearl, some of the pearls. We do want to collect all the pearls at some point in the Vita version, because you have Gen 1 pearls. We have acquired, and I don't have them on me because I am saving my final space for the 94. We've acquired 377 Shams. This was the first one, this was the second one, and last Sham stream we found the third one. I didn't pick it up. I was just honestly ticked off at that point. Because as much as it is on the opposite end of rare, or, well, it is the same rarity as the 94, having that rare chance 3 times and not getting the one that you want is just puts you in a bad place, you know. I have 5 cats, can't complain. I'm gonna have fun trying to figure out King Mong for 2 bada booms here in a minute, plus P.S. I'm doing it to be able to rocket jump on myself. I dare you to get a Vita and try and rocket jump with him on that. I've never seen anyone do it, but I would love to see somebody do it at some point. What are you doing here? Oh my god, I get real. Oh, I love the lag. Oh my god, oh. Thought I was missing. I wasn't hearing the bee shield noises. Why are we activating the save station? Don't tell me what to do, Brick. Isn't 77 the lowest one? It is the lowest one, but you gotta think of it this way. The 94 Sham is the rarest. It's like a 0.0034% chance. It's the rarest because the Sham is made up of 3 weapon parts, or I guess shield parts. Who is a slag gun? It's made up of 3 shield parts, and there's like a whole bunch of, you know, other parts that you can get on Shams, and that's what makes up all the other percentages. But you need a specific 3 to all line up with each other in order to get the 94 Sham. But and that's on like the one end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum is the 77% Sham. So instead of needing all 3 of the best parts to line up with each other, you need all 3 of the worst parts to line up with each other. And it's the same rarity because you need 3 of the exact same kind to line up. So while it is the lowest one, it is still technically the same rarity chance as the 94. So we've hit that rarity chance 3 times and have gotten the 77% all 3 times. So we can confidently say we were the first people to ever acquire the 77 Sham on the Vita version. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Elephant or like a super smart crow. I thought that said cow for a second. A super smart cow. Bro's just sitting with a philosopher cow in the kitchen, going over yesterday's stock market polls. Oh my god. Sitting in one spot does not do the breathing any help. Are you going to see the new Super Mario movie in cinema? I'm probably not going to. I didn't see the first one, and I heard the reviews on this one aren't the greatest, but I mean, I don't know. I never saw the first one, so I probably just am not inclined to see the second one. I'm on Switch, so it's going to be fun learning rocket jumping. Oh my god. Rocket jumping on the Switch. I'll do the rocket jumping ASAP when I get a PS4 controller. See, the weird thing about playing this version on the PS TV with a PS4 controller is that whenever you hold a PS4 controller, the games that you're playing, you're expecting instant response time. You're not expecting hitching. You're not expecting lag. So it's like a really big culture shock when, you know, all the games that you've ever played have that similar kind of feel to them, and then you jump on a game like this where there's hitching and lag and performance issues. It's, I don't know, it's like a weird feel thing. It's like you're holding this device that's given you or enabled you this performance, and now you're holding it and it's not doing those things. It's a feeling you have to get used to when you're playing a game like this. Minecraft is a little better. If anything, I would argue it's a little more solid on this version, just because I hate how floaty feeling the Bedrock version is on the PS4 nowadays. I am, like, plugged on my right side. It's awful. I have my nose spray, but I'm saving it for when I'm sleeping, so I get the max duration while I'm asleep. Another century kill. Another 100 years kill. 94% is at the body, and the battery are Malawon, and the capacitor is Hyperion, so there you go. Mr. Patron is a walking Borderlands encyclopedia. Do this. That helps a little bit. Pop-Tart trying to be like Mordecai Bloodwing up. No! Customization. Get out of here. We haven't had one in a while, but that's not to say that I wanted one. Man, you suck. I don't have a spot for you on my screen. Get out of here. You're a disgrace to the farm. Are you a pearl? No, you're just a visual error. Fine. Fine. I get it. I understand. Ugh. If I can get the rocket jumping to work, I'll be back to talk about it. Please do. I'm interested to hear about your experience. Well, playing on controller is going to be my biggest challenge. Why? Because it's a Steam controller. You should see if there's a mod for the Vita anywhere that enables you to use the Steam controller on it. That would just be torture, I think. Jolt's dude put a gun to my head and made me memorize the parts from the 94 Sham. Are you prepared to testify about that on the internet? Get Jolts cancelled. Just submitted the assignment. Good job, Mr. Zach. Take a breath. Just chill out. Relax. The weight is off the shoulders. The tabs can now be closed on the computer. I think that's the computer equivalent of having the weight taken off your shoulders, is just Xing out all the tabs or just closing the whole browser all at once and then reopening it and it's clean. You sick, bro? Hope you feel better soon, dude. Also, I haven't gotten sick in years, but probably because I hate germs and I'm constantly washing my hands. Oh, believe me, I am too, but when you're diabetic, your immune system is sliced in half almost, so you're just generally more susceptible to things, and fighting them off takes longer. But I also work around kids all the time, like when I'm in the school and teaching stuff, and the weather here has been so unreliable. I said this earlier, but we keep getting like a couple days in a row where it's like really warm, like it's in the teens or it's in the low 20s. Why are you so loud? Where it's in the teens or the low 20s, and then it just goes right back to being cold, and that's not good on the body. So, a lot of people in my program are also not feeling well, and when they sit across from you and cough all the time, then there's only so much you can do. But sup on the TikTok? Not much. How about you, my friend? How's it going? How are you doing this fine night and or day, depending on what part of the world you're coming from? But yes, I hope I get better soon too, because I've been sick like 3 or 4 times in the last 2 months, and it's just, I'm sick of it. I'm done. Good. That's good to hear, my friend. You a Borderlands fan? You enjoy the game? This is probably not the best showing of a beloved title, but you know, we still have some fun with it. Ooh! Using the double luck for something I hate. 2 customizations in a row. You think we can get 3 in a row, or you think it'll swap it out for something else? We haven't had anything good in the main pile in a while. We haven't had any legendaries there. I really wish when Bunker dropped the like, when he drops the customization once and the game's registered that you've unlocked it, I wish it just deleted it from his loot pool, so that you just have a higher percentage of doing everything. How's your talk? Is it ticking? Mr. Donut Lord's just like destroying, just getting everybody out of it. Yeah, I like playing on Xbox 360. A man of culture, or woman of culture. I like playing on the Vita and the PS3 the most, I think. Like, if I'm trying to play the game and actually get through it in any kind of reasonable fashion, I'll probably play on the PS3. I know there's better ways to play it, but you know what? I don't care. It's fun. ChatGPT can now have a well-deserved break. You know how many people are using it? It will never give a break. JK. Bro just, he just, what's the word I'm looking for? Turned himself in. The only thing I do is get constant migraines, which is probably why I prefer cold weather rather than hot. Can't stand the heat for real. I can stand the heat for a while, but like there's a point where it just gets gross and you can only shed so many layers. Versus cold, I kind of get like you can just keep throwing on coats and jackets and everything, and it will kind of help. But at some point, I just get sick of scraping my car off in the morning and having to drive through ice death trap roads all the time. So I like the snow around Christmas. After that, then it's just see you later. I hate killing them this way. Farming bunker would be peak if it didn't take 3 business days to drop the loot. I mean, I understand that. It's not that bad, though. It could be much worse. The fight itself is really short anyway, so I don't know. Once you kind of get it into a system, then it goes faster. Like, we're over 1,000 runs into this, so we've found the flow state. Just ignore the fact that my name is Donut, my profile picture's a chicken sandwich. Yes, we established the profile picture a couple streams ago for Mr. Donut Lord on the TikTok. It is a chicken sandwich. Gotta get a Sham at least once tonight. Had a good stream otherwise, but like, really cap it off. Well, I'm getting a lot of these, like 2 relics, 2 blue relics right here, I've noticed all night. I don't know if that's a sign or what. So doing some weirdo drop pattern. He's facing the wrong way, that's why. Why are you starting your run? Walk. Sit down. Man. Disgraceful. It would be such a sham if we didn't get a Sham. But that looks like a Herald rocket launcher. That looks like a pretty important rocket launcher. I don't know what that is just by looking at it, though. Looks pretty cool, though. We can do this. Let's just keep checking, see if people are online. One day we'll just find this list full of people, I'm sure. After we get the 94 Sham posted online, there's a huge resurgence for this port of the game. You see people flying into the lobbies, max level. Tugunska? Probably. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you. They're flying into the lobbies because they want to recreate the awesomeness that we had trying to get that 94 Sham. So you'll just see a whole bunch of people in here. Guaranteed. I missed the pearls that we were getting. Oh, from Bunker. I miss them too. You know what? They make them. It makes it fun. I don't even know what I would drop though. Like I'd have to drop one of the Shams. I think one of the lower level that's not a 77 Shams if we found one. But we weren't getting them that often. It took like I think up until the 700s for runs before we started seeing pearls. Which I know he can just drop them anyway, but I feel like that's a lot of runs before he drops 1 pearl. And we got 2 that time, and then he, I don't know, I think whenever we gotten the pearls, it's always been 2 a stream. We've only had 4 total, 3 or 4 from him. I'm gonna head off. Alright, Mr. Zach, you take a well-deserved rest. Eat some food, have some lunch, just take a nap or something, enjoy the weather, if the weather's nice over there, I don't know. Just do whatever you do to relax and enjoy and get that assignment out of your headspace. Rejuvenate yourself. And I'm happy you were here. Always glad to have a conversation. Zach, thanks for the afternoon's entertainment. No problem, my friend. That's why I'm here. To give you guys something to look forward to and something to have fun with. People to talk to as well. We've made our own little community here, and it's a great, if not the best community ever. So you know what? I thank you all for that. Come on. Boom. Please, Sham. Mr. Jeff, how are we? Well, you still haven't gotten the 94 yet. No, we haven't gotten the 94 yet. I thank you for pointing that out to us. No, I haven't gotten the 94 Sham yet. We're still fighting for it. We will get it at some point. I will not be denied. But we're on run 1000. It will be 1053. And I'm not sure if that's well within average for runs for Sham. I don't know. I don't even know if we could call it average because the Vita version might just be different in terms of how things are. I'm gonna fall asleep, but I keep the stream open on my Mac. I will be the dream in your voice, or voice in your dream. I'll be like your Sandman. If you hear me screaming, it's either because we found the 94 Sham or we found a fourth 77, so they might sound similar. The tone might be slightly different, though. One might be more of anger than the other. Oh my god. Breathing is a challenge. Could keep rocking the chair. Any movement helps. The nose spray really helps, but it's upstairs and it's not bedtime yet, so I have to wait. When's the next endeavor? What is the next endeavor after the 94 Absorbity Shield? For this character, I want to get the pearls. I want to get all the pearls that were available for Gen 1 pearls. I'm not sure what they are off the top of my head. We have 4 of them currently on us, and those have been... I think one was from Mr. Honest Liar, who joined us for some multiplayer playthrough of the TVHM and UVHM. I think one was from him, and then 3 other ones might have been from... Well, they were from Bunker, because we didn't get them from anywhere else, I don't think. So... I think that's the next endeavor for this character, and then later in April, so later this month, we're going to be replaying the story, but instead we're going to be doing it as Maya. So we're going to be changing up the character. Fred will be given a little bit of a rest. We'll still Sham farm with him, obviously, but we will make a new playthrough with Maya, and hopefully do some multiplayer with that one too, because there are some people interested in doing that, and I would be ecstatic if we could get as full of a multiplayer Borderlands 2 Vita playthrough as possible. Unfortunately, there's only one multiplayer slot on the Vita because that's all it could handle, so we'll take what we can get, but I think that's kind of where we're headed. I don't know if that answered your question. I think the fire right-sizing Bunker SMG is just as hard to get. I swear we've had a fire one, but we got ourselves a Sham. I wasn't even looking. Let's go. What do we think it is? I think we had a fire Bunker SMG once or twice. We've collected 45 of them over time, so I wouldn't be shocked if we did. We got one earlier today, which was the slag one. And I think that's the first slag one we've ever gotten. So, what do we think it is? 87, 86. Alright. That's fair. I'm gonna say 88. I'm gonna go high on this one. Say 88. I'm not looking at it because I now know that Mr. Patron just knows his parts, so I'm not gonna spoil it. So, all right, I'm saying 88. Mr. Donut Lord's saying 87. Mr. Strange is saying 86. I've been farming for a Jacob's Allegiance class mod for Mordecai. It's been 4 years. It's the only Allegiance class mod I'm missing. Really? I'm kind of shocked because like I feel like the class mods would be easier to get. But I mean, it's Borderlands 1 then, right? 86, Mr. Strange got it right. There you go, right on the money. 89. That's alright, we're close. Close. That's on the higher end of Shams, you know, that's good. It's a good start. Alright, nice. Added that to the list. We're keeping track. Want to make sure for historical accuracy purposes, because I doubt there's anyone else doing a Vita Sham farm. Gotta make sure we keep track of as much as possible. Yippee. Mr. Strange, you get a free piece of merch whenever we decide, if we decide to make merch. I'll make a shirt that says, I got the Sham guess right. Or some schmutz like that. Got a 92% Sham from the Snowman's chest. That's cool. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like getting a Sham from anywhere other than Bunker is just, I don't know, it just wouldn't feel right to me. As much as I would be happy to have, like, let's say we got a 94 from somewhere else, it just wouldn't feel right. Feels like you're just doing something wrong. Why is this moving? Is there a cat behind these? Deja? No. Okay, maybe it's the furnace. But I think the highest that we've ever gotten was a 90%, so, you know, we're trying. We're doing what we can. I'll take a Popeye's chicken sandwich. That's going to be the most niche shirt. That's fine. Other people other than Mr. Strange have gotten it right, and it's just like a rare occasion thing. You know, we're not like keeping 50 copies of that shirt in some warehouse somewhere. It'll be like, oh, you want one? We'll just make the shirt really quick. Spicy. Strange knows what's up. Strange knows ball. Mr. Strange knows ball. I don't know. We'd most likely make the Let's Win Some Games shirt, because I know I have a copy of it, because Ben gave me one for my birthday last year. And that's really cool. The unofficial channel merch, the first unofficial piece of channel merch. And then, I don't know what else we would have. I don't know. We haven't really given it any thought, because we never think the channel would get to the point where we make merch, but you know what? You never know. We never know what the future holds. It might be fun. We have a great community so far, but you know, we'll have to see. Make some keychains or something. Make little Sham keychains. Engrave the Sham shield on it. Have a QR code on the back that just takes you to the moment we got the 94 Sham. That'd be pretty sick. Drop rates are ridiculous on Bunker. Oh, believe me, we know. We know. Yet we're still here, 1,054 runs in. We've got 38 Shams, 45 Bunker SMGs, and a whole bunch of customizations. So, like, the drop rates haven't been terrible, I'd say, for us. Like, they've been pretty moderate, or pretty forgiving, I'd say. It's just that they're few and far between sometimes. And sometimes we get a whole bunch right within quick succession. It's just luck of the draw, so to speak. And sometimes, you know, we get other cool stuff in between. We get pearls. We've got a decent amount of legendaries, I'd say. World drop legendaries from either here. We've got a couple from that pile over there. But, you know, it is what it is, right? It's fun. It's just another reason to keep playing the Vita version. That's how I think it. Maybe there's a ghost back there. Back there, you mean right here, right beside me? That would not be fun. Strange nose sphere. Strange nose geometrically shaped three-dimensional circle. Y'all made so hungry. Y'all made me so hungry for chicken sandwich. Just ordered one. That's insane. Look at the impact that you're having, Mr. Donut Lord and Mr. Strange. Like you're making a difference in the real world. That's insane. Are the drop rates really that bad? It's a 3% drop chance for either a Sham, the customization, or the Bunker SMG. The 94 Sham is a 0.0034% chance from Bunker because that's taking into account the 3% chance and then all the potential parts that the shield can drop with, so it lowers it even more. But we've hit that 0.0034% chance 3 times. We've achieved that rarity rate. We've just gotten the 77 Sham instead of the 94, unfortunately. W, very W, indeed. Ugh. I can breathe. For a short time, I can breathe. Crap. Try not to move too close to the save spots when doing something like this. We've never had a crash happen with Bunker, but in other parts of the game, triggering a save station can crash the game, and it's really annoying, especially if you're in Sawtooth Cauldron, or yeah, I think it's Sawtooth, where like just being in the map for 15 minutes is enough to crash the game, and the only way to progress is hitting a save point, and that save point will crash the game, so you have to hit a good balance. Let's see. Nope. We continue. I feel like the moment we get the 94 Sham, it's gonna feel like a new chapter is, or a chapter in life is ending and a new one will begin. It's just a part of me now. Looking for I didn't even almost see that purple. I'm not gonna use it, but like, I almost missed it. Six. So like, these streams have still been, usually they're around 2.5, sometimes 3 hours, sometimes a little longer. That's a decent amount of time. You get a decent amount of runs in there. I know the Vita takes some time to load stuff, so we're not getting as many runs as possible. But, like, it's still a decent amount. It's one of the quicker loading areas in the game for the Vita. Are you streaming tomorrow? No, I am not streaming tomorrow. I am making a math test for my grade 5s and 6s tomorrow, because I'm not here Saturday. That's usually the day that I make my test stuff, so I'm making it tomorrow, because I have the day off from classes, and I'm done my volunteering, which happens in the middle of the day, but I'm setting that time aside for that, and then obviously I'm not streaming tomorrow night because I have class on Friday. So usually the streams are Wednesday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, or either Friday or Saturday. But I have 2 weeks left of classes, so summer schedule will happen. Usually I'll try to get as many streams during the week in as possible, because why not? We have the time. May as well use it while we can, and we can play other games during that time and invest some more Not so much one-off streams, I guess. Like the Sham Farm and the when Ben and I do the Battlefront stuff, those are good streams to do during the week, like because you can kind of just jump into one without thinking about it too much, and then they're still fun to watch, they're still fun to play, but it's different than doing like a playthrough of a game, right? Like where it requires a little more investment and remembering if you want to like have fun with it, which is just something that is really hard to do when I'm also juggling classes and doing 1 or 2 streams a week, so but usually during the summer that changes, and I'm hoping we find some cool games to stream, and have fun streaming it, have some good conversations. Vita's choppiness is ideal for this. I can actually tell if it's if a legendary drops. Exactly. It's very distinct. It's very easy to pinpoint right at the end whether or not you're gonna get one. I don't know. I was like debating at the beginning when we first kind of started the farm, because I had never seen Bunker drop one. I'm gonna be cognizant of my pistol ammo there. I'd never seen him drop one, so I'm like, okay, like, how does it work on the Vita compared to, you know, other consoles and other machines? Because I know his drop pattern is usually very specific on the Vita, just because it can't account for all the randomness when it comes to like bouncing weapons around and placing items. Like it's usually in very predictable patterns, unless Bunker's like facing the wrong way or something. Usually the items will drop in almost the exact same spots. And then yeah, like at first I thought that the Sham would get stuck up here, because I'm like, oh, the game is lagging so much, maybe depending on which frame the Sham is supposed to get launched out on, it like hitches and doesn't actually get launched. So for the first, if you go back to those first kind of early Sham Farm streams, we would jump up onto the structure there and like clip through Bunker to look inside to see if it got stuck. And I was so thankful the first time we did find a Sham, or I can't remember if it was the first time we found a Sham or the first time we found the Bunker SMG, where I'm like, okay, this is how he launches it. I don't actually have to go up there anymore to find it. And yeah, like, it's almost always the last thing that he'll drop out of that main pile, so it's really easy to kind of just keep an eye out for it. Yeah, the items are all in little groups instead of being all over the place. Yeah, I'm just assuming that's because of the Vita's lack of resources. Like, the code isn't, you know, ones and zeros is determining stuff like ragdoll physics, right? Like, it's just random segments of code next to each other that determine the ragdoll stuff. And the Vita version has very limited ragdoll physics. Some or very specific enemies will have it, like Doc Mercy. He has them because he needs to be clickable when you turn the mission in. And his ragdoll physics just remain after you complete the mission, like if you go to farm the Infinity. There's like a couple others, and I think when you run enemies over with a car, they trigger the ragdoll mode, but they're still alive. Like when you kill an enemy, they won't ragdoll, just to save on resources. So I'm assuming that also kind of blends into the fact, or it blends into how weapons drop and everything. You know, is there a guy beside me? Oh, there is now. He's fine. I think I can finish him off before that guy gets too close. Or my turret will. So yeah. Come on, there we go. Get out of here. Oh, you're dead. Let me open some of these boxes here. See if we get pistol. That's not what I wanted. That's all 3 of the things I didn't want. Getting scammed over here, man. Jeez. Crap. I missed. Yeah, the items are... love that enemy models disappear as soon as they die to free up memory. Is that a setting in regular Borderlands? Like, if you turn gore off, do they... Actually, no, that probably wouldn't make sense. If you turn gore off, exploding into blood mist probably does not fall under that category. I don't know if that's actually a setting in regular Borderlands, like on other consoles, turning off the ragdoll and just having them explode. I can't remember, because that's just a thing on the Vita. Like, that's not a feature that you can turn on or off. That's just how the game will run all the time. Brother, what is this? I have a sneaking suspicion that, moving on to Borderlands 4, moving into the future, I have a sneaking suspicion, and I can't remember how long the roadmap for the Borderlands 4 DLC is supposed to go, but, like, I have a feeling the Switch 2 version of Borderlands 4 might just release once all the DLC exists for it. I don't know. They did that with Borderlands 3. They waited till all the DLC came out and then just made a version that had all the DLC included, which is nice. Like, it's really kind of easy to just do that and throw everything on. You don't have to worry about buying extra things. No, if my Windows 7 PC could have done that, I would have had that on at all times. I think if you go into, like, the actual files of the game, like, and use text editor, I would assume you can probably turn that off. Like, they might not explode into blood, but, like, when you kill them, they probably just disappear, I think. Like, if anybody could figure that out, I'm sure Mr. Strange could probably figure it out, but I'm assuming there's probably ways around it. And I mean, PCs nowadays, like, there's no reason to do that, but I know Borderlands 2, because Borderlands 2 is a 32-bit game at heart. Yes, it works on 64-bit systems, but it's still coded as a 32-bit game, so it's still limited to only using certain amounts of RAM and VRAM. And that's why the Ultra HD texture packs often cause issues with any version of the game you try to run them on. Like, you know, PS4 and, well, PS4, PS5, PC, whatever, Xbox. If you try to run it on them, it will... I think it has, like, a whole bunch of crashing issues, and especially multiplayer, because, I mean, multiplayer is demanding more from the game than it usually is asking for. But it will overload the game because it can't handle that much going on at once. Just because it wasn't coded for that. I'm not in position, wait! I need to be in my spot. You suck! Give me the shield. I feel like I'm in that scene from Doctor Strange. Just me and Dormammu in an eternal battle of he just kills me, except I'm Dormammu and this dude's Doctor Strange, and I just keep killing him over and over again. He can make the pain stop. Just drop me the 94 and we'll be good. We'll be right as rain. But no, Daisy, I see you. Are you on the desk chair? You doing? You looking at me? It's not food time yet. You don't know that word just yet, but you know what food is. She loves the spinny desk chair. She just decided it was hers now, so she just sits on it all the time and sleeps on it all day. You still looking at me for? Because I'm exposing you? I would need to change the code unless an existing editor already has the integrated as a choice. Still doable, just not for a 12-year-old. Me at the time. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. You just wanted the game to run and hope it just loaded things in properly at that point. I would assume there probably is an editor or somebody's made an edited file or has a tutorial online at this point. Just people have picked the crap picked it apart so much of Borderlands 2 and all that, so I wouldn't be shocked. I'm still bummed there doesn't exist an official phone port of Borderlands 2. Like, we've been seeing recently a whole bunch of older console games get ported to phones. We tried killing it with an E-Tech Malawan launcher. I don't even know if I have an E-Tech Malawan launcher. I don't have too many rocket launchers to begin with. We have a Norfleet. It's under level, but we have one. Actually, you know what? It's on level. And it's Malawan. It doesn't do that much damage to him, though, but, like, we can use it. There's the Vita Norfleet. Love how the game has to render in and de-render stuff when you use it. Alright, let's see. Let's get him slagged up here. Make sure B shield is in effect. I've hurt myself. Yeah, it doesn't do that much damage, unfortunately. And he's alive. Crap. Okay. It's fine. It's a testing phase. Get back here. Uh-oh. Don't be doing extra stuff. Let's not be doing that, please. I miss when hardware limitations led to crazy optimization like this. Like, how does BL3 run on the Switch? That was a feat and a half when that was released. The game kind of looks like mud. But then again, look at what we're playing. I was about to pull out, boom. Reload speed is not bad for a rocket launcher. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's doing extra phase. Hey, look at the turret. The turret's cool. Shouldn't die right there, right? No, he goes back to his spot. Alright, see ya. We can technically kill him with the Norfleet. I can just shoot him right here, and that'll be a kill. But yeah, Borderlands 3 on the Switch is interesting. Like, it runs decently well, and I think it's because it runs at a... what's that term called when the resolution changes? Variable resolution or something like that. Do I gotta do a quest to farm King Mog or just find him? I think you can just find him in Iridium Blight, right? Die! Uh-oh, who's behind me? Who lived? Ooh. I'm getting burned, Mr. Krabs. You're not a sham. Don't stand where he stood. Okay, I'll swap my gun back out for the Lyuda. I'm gonna forget and try to snipe some dude and end up killing myself by firing the 3 things. You know what? It might have worked better if it was a corrosive Lyuda, but that's not the one that we have, unfortunately. 1,060 runs. Find him. How informative, Mr. Strange. I got a 90% with one when nothing else was working. Oh, with The Malum launcher. I don't think it matters what gun you kill him with, but then again, you know, when you get into this stage of RNG things and superstition plays a heavy role, I have to have my head tilted 35 degrees to the left, otherwise I will not get a sham, that kind of thing. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the lack of oxygen making it to my brain. No rest for the wicked. Ain't no rest for the wicked. I don't know the rest of the song. Spike shield. Okay. I know, I was kind of bummed because I have the Borderlands 2 official CD, like soundtrack that they made way back when. By the way, if you want that, join the Discord and go to the channel that says Borderlands 2 soundtrack. I ripped the CD at as high a quality encoder as I could, and then uploaded all the songs to a Google Drive, so the link is just in that channel on the Discord. I've never heard the main menu sound so crisp, and especially a lot of the other, like, ambient and battle musics I've never heard so crisp, so if you want that, definitely, I didn't change out my Lyuta, hang on. Definitely go and indulge in those, download them, do whatever you want with them. That's not the right one, where this is. But, I was kind of bummed that it didn't have, like, the Ain't No Place for a Hero song on it from Borderlands 2, but it wasn't made for Borderlands 2, so I kind of understand, like, you know, they're not going to include it. I want to get the Borderlands 1 CD, too, that soundtrack. I don't know if they ever made one for the pre-sequel, and I don't think they ever made one physically for Borderlands 3, unfortunately. I'm gonna add that to my playlist. You would go for that. No problem, my friend. There's no sense in me hogging it and doing all that. I'd rather share it with people. Like, slapping on a good pair of headphones and just listening. Like, you hear things. You hear little guitar strums in the back corner that you never would have heard just listening to it on the main menu, because it's the uncompressed version on the CD. There's also the Minecraft CDs. I bought those, and yo, you're causing me physical pain. I bought those, ripped them, and then uploaded those as well. So there's the original Minecraft CD, and then like Minecraft Alpha, and then the Minecraft beta discs are also on there. So feel free to scoop those up as well. Man, you could farm King Mong from the arid Badlands entrance, no mission. Yeah, like, I was gonna say, like, I don't think you need a mission to get him. Like, it's just enter the Iridium Blight, and then you're good. And yeah, one of the entrances kind of brings you right there to him, so making a Discord account just for that, absolutely go right ahead. The Discord link should be in the description of this live. If not, for whatever reason, it is in the description of a lot of the other lives that have just been going on right now, or recently, and if for whatever reason you can't access those, it is also in the channel's, like, about section. There should be the link right there, so absolutely feel free to join that and have some fun. Discord link, well, you know what, if I had just read Mr. Donut Lord and his infinite wisdom, I wouldn't have had to just say that. Discord link is in the description, by the way, if it still works. Yeah, it should still work. I have it set to, like, it doesn't expire, and, you know, it's just whoever gets the link can join. Jeff, I'm right before getting into Arid Nexus, so I can fast travel from there. Do that first, because that farm is so fast. See, look at this. We're bringing together strategies. It's amazing. God damn! My favorite launcher. Is the launcher just good in general, or is it just good for rocket jumping? I know I've acquired the Bada Boom before, but I don't, like, when I play Borderlands 2, I never, like, default to using rocket launchers. I know when I was getting the Platinum Trophy and you need to get, like, level 1 of each challenge in the badass rank, rocket launcher kills was like the one thing I still had to do, and it was like an embarrassingly low amount of kills that I had for the amount of time I've played this game and played on one single character. Another fast kill. Not bad. Plan to farm him for level 33. Alright. Just don't farm too much. You don't want to over-level for TVHM. I know it's not that big of a deal, but once you get to UVHM, don't over-level once you get to the end of TVHM, I guess. So then you want to be at level 50 entering UVHM, and then you're all fine. What happened? Did he die? Oh, just making noises. Because I'm under-leveled for the buzzard nest. Okay, well there you go. Stop. You're hurting me! Come on, I'll stand on this side. I didn't do anything. You didn't seem to drop that many items that time. What the heck?
Hello there, Luke.
No, goodbye, loot. You're trash. What is this? How can you feel proud and call yourself a UVHM boss with this? $162. I like grinding to max level first, but that's just me. I like whenever I play Borderlands, I just you'll get to max level no matter what kind of thing. Like I'll play through the side missions and I'll skip the ones that I really despise, but that's only like a couple of them. And usually by playing the side missions and playing the main story mission, you won't really over level yourself. Going from normal mode to TVHM, and then you gotta be a little more careful with TVHM to UVHM, but like generally you're not gonna over level by accident. I just killed King Mob for second win, but died as he did. Oh, like you couldn't kill him in time. Ah, that sucks. I hate when that happens. Or like in older Borderlands games, if you had allies fighting with you and they killed your second win before you could, they weren't programmed to come and revive you. Alright, I'm heading to bed. Just keep up the good work, my friend. Thank you, my friend, Mr. Pop-Tart for Jesus. Always appreciative to have our Lord and Savior join the chat. Yeah, I wish you a great night's rest and a great rest of your week as well. Thank you for stopping by. Always a pleasure. But yeah, in older Borderlands games, allies weren't programmed to revive you, which was the stupidest thing ever, and I guarantee they could have added that with a software update, but they didn't. Borderlands 4, thankfully, your allies will revive you, so it's a little less nerve-wracking if you're in an area full of enemies, and because the allies will actually do damage in Borderlands 4, so it would be really annoying if they did that and then killed the thing that you were trying to stand up with, and then just stare you down in the face and watch you die. I just saved your town, but I don't know the CPR, so you're dead. I don't know how to hold the square button. I'm following Jolt's One Life vids for my Zero. It's good lord. Are you trying to do a One Life? See, the One Life is a little different on the Vita. It's just called Don't Have the Game Crash. The objective is to get through the entire game in one sitting without having the game crash. I guarantee it's impossible. It's impossible if you're doing, where's my Sham? It's impossible if you're doing multiplayer, because in UVHM, when you get to Brick's Initiation, and we've tested this out on stream, like, it wasn't meant to... How did you get that shot off? You weren't even looking at me. It wasn't done on purpose. It was just something that happened when we were playing. But Mr. Honest Liar and I, we got to Brick's initiation, and as soon as we killed everybody in the room, and he jumped down from his seat, it would like crash immediately after the cutscene finished. So we tried that 2 or 3 times, I think, and we spawned in Sawtooth, or where's his area? Thousand Cuts? Yeah. We spawned in Thousand Cuts, so we're not traveling from anywhere. And we just gun it right for the initiation spot. We don't kill anybody. We only kill the required enemies within the actual place, and it crashed every time. So you can't play the whole game multiplayer all the way through, but like kill them in single player, have them jump down, and then have your partner join after that, and then you can play the games. Like, it's not a huge deal, but just join. Let's go. What do you stream usually so I can hop in for a while? I farm BO1 class mods. You say that. We were also doing a Borderlands 1 playthrough on the PS3. We were doing that one. That was kind of an on and off multiplayer one. It was whoever wanted to join could join, and we had Mr. Fatal and Mr. Flip as the two usual regulars playing as well. So, and we had voice chat the one day actually working. Kinda. I don't know. I have my PS3, the in-ear microphone thing that they had. So that was a little harder to kind of get working for the voice chat, but like the actual multiplayer was fine, and it was really fun. I completed the game without them. They just weren't around that night, so, but we still have to do the quote-unquote whatever Borderlands 1's version of TVHM was, and UVHM quote-unquote. Does that say Big Chungus? Just join the chat. That's amazing. You're bringing me back with that. It was a peak time to be in high school. Just got Bada Boom on second King Mong time for a second. Oh, you got it after the second farm? Nice. Mission successful. Is this on an emulator or an actual PS Vita? This is on an actual PS Vita. I feel like if this was on an emulator, I would just be hurting myself mentally and spiritually by making it purposely run this crap, but this is on an actual PS Vita. We're playing on a PlayStation TV, which is unmodded, so we're getting that authentic Vita Borderlands 2 experience, and I'm just capturing the HDMI out from it on my capture card. And we're using a PS4 controller as our input method of choice, because you could use either a PS3 or PS4 controller, and they just work natively out of the box, which is nice. And we're also playing the physical version of the game, because the PSTV takes game cartridges, so the physical, I'll flip it to full screen here again in a second. I'm a little congested. My apologies. Alright, there we go. We have the actual physical version of Borderlands 2 on the Vita. 10 megabytes for a save file. Might be the smallest save file of all time for Borderlands game. I'm getting pelted here. He has a really weird drop pattern, so I think he might be facing one of the other ways. What are you doing, brother? That's not ideal. I have yet to watch him throw a sham just off the screen. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, I just haven't watched him do it. Once I got the second one, I'm switching from my 0 to Sal and level up to get Sal rocket jump ready. Good man. It's like I got Borderlands 1 on my PS3. Good. Also good. Next time we do a Borderlands 1 stream, if your character is around the level that mine, Mr. Fail, and Mr. Flips are, absolutely feel free to join us. I think we had one random join us the one time. Like, they weren't in the stream or anything, but They had joined in just from finding it in the lobby because I have the game usually set to online public. So, Big Chungus, now there's a name I haven't heard in a long time. How good is the rocket jumping with Two Fang Zero? You'd have to ask somebody else. You have a lot of insight knowledge in the chat to pull from. I would have no idea. I'm gonna try rocket jumping with Zero real quick. I just got a new Axton to 80. He's pretty fun. I like playing as Axton. He's my favorite Borderlands 2 character. I know a lot of people say he's easy. He's like kind of the more balanced character of all of them, which doesn't make him the strongest in lots of areas, but he's definitely not the weakest. And on the Vita, he's really easy to play. I think that's probably why I like him the most. Is like when I started playing Borderlands 2, it was on a Vita, and was the best, I think, for that system, just because of all its limitations. He's just kind of the easiest to... And having a turret that shoots things for you in a game that's hard to control to begin with is really nice. Oh, that's cool as hell. I assumed it was because of how choppy some things are. You assumed correctly. Yes, this is on an actual PlayStation Vita. Here, I'll prove it. There you go. There's the Vita TV menu here. That probably put... Oh, game's still online. That's fine. Got an eyelash. That one hurt, man. I think the level's around 30-ish. Just remember being 27 last scene. It's definitely not 27. I know that for a fact. I think we finished the game. I think my character was like level 35. I think my Lilith was level 35. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Note to self: never try rocket jumping with a low level bada boom unless I'm way higher level. Okay, well yeah, that's usually usually when you rocket jump. Yes, you get a rocket launcher that's significantly weaker than you are, or you use an absorb shield. Like, if you have a Sham, not necessarily the 94, but if you have a Sham that absorbs the damage, then yeah, it makes rocket jumping a little easier. Axton gang, let's go. A man who knows culture. Just killed myself twice with Zero. Twice? Why did you try it another time after it killed you once? You think killing yourself once would be enough to say, hey, wait a second. Maybe, just maybe, there may have been a slight miscalculation. Mr. Flip is now online. Bro is being extremely meta. He's watching the stream and also online on the Vita. We'll keep it for a high level, then try rocket jumping. Yeah, put on my 81% Sham. Instantly die. Really? You died even with the 81%? That's insane, actually. Okay, maybe, yeah. Just wait till you're a lot higher level. And I guess just use the Sham as extra protection. Damn! I really was hoping that wasn't gonna hurt me. Don't get up. It's fine. I'm a guest. I smell chemical. I smell the old nose spray. I think, I don't know. Strange, this high explosive killed me. Let's go again, exactly. Man, brother. Come on, Sham Farm, don't let me down. We found one tonight, but like, we're still going. I still hold out hope. There is another. It really isn't. It's not wow. God damn, bro. We keep going. Yeah, so I'm beating normal with Sal before trying that. That you know what? That seems like a good way of thinking. I'm not sure what level people start rocket jumping, because I don't know if you could just use regular rocket launchers with it. probably won't get the best results, but you can probably do it. Like, you can grenade jump at a pretty early level. Just take your grenade mod off and you'll be fine. But I'm not well versed. This is the version I'm playing, and rocket jumping, doing anything that requires the game to load things in really fast is probably not going to benefit you. So like, as I'm just putting that out as a warning. I'm not saying you have to follow it, but you might not get very far after having to unplug your console or force reset it every time once the game freezes. Reminds me of the again, if you have sphere knowledge, we're just on board with calling it a sphere instead of ball knowledge. You know what? Actually, after saying that out loud, I like the sphere knowledge better. I was beginning to think it was. I just misread that chat instantly. Dude, I farmed this for a week and never got a single sham. I was beginning to think it was one. I don't know. Farming the sham is weird. It's like anything, right? Like, you can get one instantly, or it could take a long time to get one. I swear, not that this actually happens, but like, it seems like whatever mission you have selected changes the RNG. I don't know. It probably doesn't, but I don't know. It felt that way for a time, and we just left it on the Master Gi mission, and that seemed to yield us the best results. I don't know. Maybe give that a shot. If you have other missions in your mission log that you need to do, try swapping the missions out and see if that does something. There's a jet loader in the air. Flying enemies are not fun to kill on here. I see the chats. I got a long... There we go. Mr. Fatal, welcome back, my friend. I may have an issue after getting Bada Boom. King Bong isn't respawning. He should respawn. Isn't there like a couple places he can spawn in? Like, I don't think he spawns in the exact same spot every time. Like, I think he moves. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't usually farm King Bong. I remember killing him a couple times when I was younger because I'm like, oh, that's cool. Named enemy, he's tough, let's kill him. But, like, I never sat down and farmed him with a purpose. Does that make me a bad guy? I watched A New Hope today at uni. Like, in class? That's insane. That's great. I'll pick that up. What is this drop pattern? He's facing the other way, I think. Orb Thought. Sphere Knowledge, LMAO. But then Jolts get stuff like the aura giving out cars. Pardon? Mr. Marine Stranger, welcome, my friend. How have you guys been? We've been doing great. I'm ill again. Third time in like a couple months. It's awful, but like we're doing good. King Mong doesn't spawn every time. He has 3 spawns. Really? Oh, or you mean like 3 spawn locations? You suck. That was definitely the 94 Sham run right there. Terramorphous has it now. Or, no, I guess Terramorphous isn't this direction. Why did you have to do that, man? Why did you make me do this? Well, that's awful. Yeah, this is, that's a throwaway run, I think. You know, we forget about that one. Is Patriot still here? He could... Patriot? Mr. Patron? Patron. That's funny. Student union event that happened. Are you watching all the Star Wars movies, or is it just like... It just happened to be A New Hope today? Did you stream it, or did you watch it on Blu-ray? Your answer will determine whether or not you get to come back to the streams. Cornerless cube iridation. What? Oprah Winfrey, not orb. What? No way. No, it says orb thought. Wait a second. But then Joel gets stuff like the Oprah giving out cards. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. I completely misread that. My apology. You know, it's 1:30 in the morning. Had a long day at class today. Like, it's just, you know what? Just be happy I'm even awake this much at this point of the night. This is uncharacteristic. Grenade jump to that shield. Grenade. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't. First of all, I wouldn't need to grenade jump. I could just jump over the railing. Second, it probably wouldn't even render it out that far. Like, it's probably just gone. I'm changing games. I just had the stupidest thought. Which was? Also, what game were you playing before? You were playing Borderlands 2? Just a New Hope. We watched it on a Mac, IDK. Alright, well. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt just because you watched it at all. Did you watch it on Laserdisc? We were talking about Laserdiscs earlier. Having to flip the giant DVD looking thing to the other side to be able to watch the other half of the movie. It was probably just like mess with your mind when you, if you weren't paying attention to labels on a Laserdisc and you just put it in with like the second half of the movie starting first, and then you're just like, oh, this is a really weird movie. The character starts off dead. Clean. Alright, don't flip around this time, man. It makes it really difficult to get the shield. So I don't know why he flipped around. I'm in the same spot as I've always been. Mr. Evil Pasta, welcome my friend. That's quite the profile picture. How's it going? How are we? Kinda think it's crazy how people are joining me on Operation Raccoon City. Oh, which Resident Evil was that? Because that's one of the older ones, right? Same, except I'm stoned and work third shift, so I'm supposed to be awake right now. Oh, you're at work right now and you're watching the stream? I appreciate the dedication. You know what? I'm happy if we're able to make the shift go by a little quicker. Give me a pearl, man. Give me something to look at. Give me a world drop legendary. We haven't had one in a while. The last one we got was a gub, so we might just be cursed for the rest of our lives. Funny number run. I was playing Dark Souls 2 PS3. Oh, okay, alright. I have no freaking clue. I don't think it was a Laserdisc, Mr. Fan. I'm just gonna say that right now. I don't think it was a Laserdisc. You'd know if it was a Laserdisc. Those players spun at alarmingly dangerous speeds. Like, if you open up a Laserdisc player, especially like a high-end one that had, that could play, like, Laserdisc had two different modes. I don't know. I'm not remembering everything correctly, but, like, you open one of those things up and you could slice food across the edge of the disc with how fast they spun. Like, it was like particle accelerator. You could make Sandman with how fast they were spinning. I'm a low-key grind, put TVHM with my 0 to 1-shot bunker to get a higher level Sham for Sal later on. You may as well just wait till max level to get the Sham, because you're going to be farming bunkers so many times that it's probably going to, like, over-level you somehow. But Dark Souls 2 for my 360 so far, it's superior to Scholar. I've noticed your name and icon. I'm a DS fan, just haven't said. Oh, Mr. Dad Moonblade, if you're also a DS fan, I know we talked about the Discord earlier. In the Discord, right next to the Borderlands 2 soundtrack channel, there's also a DS ROMs channel, because months ago, when I was cleaning out the basement, I have an eyelash stuck right at the edge of my eye. I found DVDs. I found 5 DVDs full of DS ROMs on them from back in the day when my dad had set up the R4 chip for us on our DS. So that made it worse. Oh my god. So I took the DVDs, dumped them, and then uploaded all those games to the Google Drive as well. So there's like 500 or so, 550 DS-ROMs on there. So if you would like to take them and use them as well, feel free. My vision is impaired. I can't see well out of my right eye. Jeez. Peak Souls 2. Hilarious. Yeah, that's where he plays an Umbrella Corp. I didn't even know people still played. There's like a whole bunch of niche Resident Evil games. Isn't there, like, outside of the main kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9? There's like a whole bunch of little niche ones. I know Revelations is probably the most common of the niche ones, because you can get Revelations 1 on the 3DS. And Revelations 2 was on the Vita, which kind of ran like garbage. From farming shams to farming sunlight metals. God damn, it's the customization night and I hate that. If I send you an invite to PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale for the PS3, do you not receive the invite on it for the Vita? I thought you did. No, you don't receive it on the Vita. They got rid of the cross-messaging feature. Well, they got rid of the messaging feature altogether on the Vita some time ago. So now the only invitations that you receive are Vita ones. Which is a little unfortunate, but I understand. Things changed on the PS4 side of things, and the Vita could not keep up. So they had to cut it off eventually. Let me catch up on some of these chats here. I'm doing an awful job. Silver Knights and Orlando Silver Knights. Okay. I had BL2 Game of the Year on 360, the 61 cap. Yeah, Game of the Year edition, I bought it thinking that it had all the DLC on it, and it doesn't, unfortunately. If you want all the DLC physically, especially on the 360 since the store is gone, I would recommend getting the triple pack for Borderlands, because all the DLC for all 3 games, and I do have it on the PS3, so I can confirm this, all the DLCs were released physically on a separate disc or for the 360 discs. So you can own all the DLC physically. It's just like you download it or copy it off of the disc. And it includes all the DLCs for Borderlands 1, all the DLCs for Borderlands 2, like every headhunter, every upgrade, level cap thing, every regular DLC. And it also includes all the DLC for the pre-sequel, which is the only physical way to get the DLC on the pre-sequel on those older consoles. I'm gonna just go give my Sal the Sham and single bada boom and pray. Bro needs to go to sleep. No, that's fine. I'll go to sleep soon. You know, we'll do a few more runs here. Goldmine Discord server for real. Yeah, there's God of War. The God of War soundtracks are on there from the CDs that I have too. I've been trying to find music CDs and then just throw the music on there that I think people will enjoy, because CDs have uncompressed audio on them, and as much as streaming is convenient, I'm somebody who can hear the compression in the music, and it just irks me for some stupid reason. I don't know. It really shouldn't bother me, but it does. So I'm like, oh, I'll take the uncompressed version, please. And like, you can hear so much in the music, and I just love music. So there's a whole bunch of other crap on there. So please, feel free to take and download whatever you want out of there. Tried to play Demon's Souls on PS3 last year. I dropped it. Maybe I'll get into the Souls games another day. I don't know why I thought you meant like you physically dropped it, and then that was just the end of your playthrough. You gave up. Could not conjure up the strength to bend over. Just got the remaster in Commander Lilith. Well, there you go. Been playing Demon's Souls with my brother online. It's pretty active on RPCS3. Oh yeah, that's right, because they have like their own kind of server thing for... That's a warloader. Their own server thing for RPCS3, right? It doesn't work with actual PS3s, I don't think, though, so... You're limited to the community on there, but I have a feeling that community might be bigger than the actual PS3 online community these days. Revelations 1 on 3DS was pretty good, just the controls weren't that great. I would imagine it was probably better if you had the 3D, the new 3DS, or the Circle Pad Pro for the original 3DS. Because that second stick, I would imagine, probably helped things. I think it was a compatible game. I had it on my 2DS, like I downloaded it. Never really played it, but I had it. So I remember tinkering around with it. I'm going to play Mojang Tales, Ancient Wisdom to pass the time. Isn't that game, Mojang, where you're like trying to match cards with each other? Or am I like way off? I remember it was on Clubhouse Games on the DS, and I played it a whole bunch. I will not look at that, actually. So we're full up on pistol ammo now. That's fine. Brother, where's the cool stuff? I'm almost tempted to just let the Sham farm be on Fridays, because we had immaculate RNG on Friday. On last Friday. I don't know if it's just a Friday thing, or if I'm just getting unlucky. It does work with PS3, you just need to alter your network setting. Oh, really? It does? Do you need a modded PS3 for that, or can you just do that with a stock PS3? Because that would be really cool, like if you know, for example, just in the future, if we do more Borderlands 1 stuff, or eventually I also do want to do a Borderlands pre-sequel playthrough on the PS3, and having some multiplayer. Like, I'm always open to the multiplayer thing. The games were designed to be played with people. So, like, by all means, I know it's more difficult on the older consoles, but Ethernet cables exist, and, you know, on Axton. Oh, wait. A low-level boom puppy shoot and jump on top of Tarrant is insane. I understood 30% of that, but I understand your emotions. And thank you. The difference in CD audio is real. There was the whole thing back in the day with better audio quality. Well, it makes sense, right? Like, I know vinyls, if you can get past the crackling, like, it's physically imprinted into the thing, so that's kind of a higher quality than a CD, I think. But it's not that much, like, unless you're a huge audiophile, it's not like a huge difference. Especially if you don't have the headphones to drive it, but like, and then CDs, because CDs have 700 and something megabytes of space on them, and oftentimes when you get a music CD, almost all of that space is used, meaning the songs are uncompressed and are full quality, right? Like, and songs that are, you know, made by a company, not like somebody burned their mixtape onto a CD, and, you know, that's different, because they're burning a digital file which is already not at the fullest quality it can be at. And streaming, while they might claim to, you know, push full quality music through, they can't. Their servers physically can't push all that out with the millions of users they have accessing their servers. It's just not possible. So yes, I hear the difference. I don't know. I just love the process of ripping the CD to the PS3 and then transferring that, because I use the A-track, the whatever encoding version that was on the PS3, and then transferring it onto the PSP and getting some decent headphones. It sounds really good on a PSP, I will say. Even though it's old, it sounds really nice. But the versions that I have on the Discord are encoded and ripped from an eMac. I set the iTunes encoder to like its highest capable bit rate and all that stuff, and it's just because my CD drive for my actual, like, the USB disk drive has problems with CDs, so the eMac is still running strong, and it was designed for that kind of thing back in the day. No, can you stop shelling me? I've had enough. If you're gonna do this, you owe me a Sham. That's the deal. Mojang isn't just Microsoft, but not entirely wrong about it. It's just matching. It is a matching tile game. Okay. I thought I know some part of it. On accident, y'all hype for the Backrooms movie or nah? Low level boom puppy shot and jump on top of the turret is insane on accident. Oh, okay. Stock PS3 works. RPCS3 server is just that goated. Wow, I'm shocked that that actually works. Cannot platinum this Mojang game. I have downloaded it from 2011-12. Can get a gold though. Why can't you platinum it? Is there like some online trophy that you had to get and they took the servers down, or is it just I don't know. That's the only real reason why you'd be incapable of getting a platinum trophy. Brother, you gotta drop me something here. Give me some sustenance. Though, my old 360 got I'm not laughing at your situation. I've just never heard it called Circle of Death before. That's kind of, I don't know, that just that hit me where I live. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. You know, that's tough. That's really tough. Milan, would you want to 1v1 me on Mojang Tales Ancient Wisdom for PS3 at some point? You know, that would be one of my favorite things to do in the world. Unfortunately, I have never seen a single copy of that game out in any game store ever in my life, so I think I might be incapable of doing that. Wait, Backrooms movie? Man, we never got the Slenderman one. I thought there was a Slenderman movie at some point. Mr. Big Dink. Hee hee hee. Welcome, my friend. How are we? Gonna be careful how I say that. Just doesn't have a platinum available for it. Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, some smaller games did that. I know Fruit Ninja VR. I have Fruit Ninja on the PSVR. It doesn't have a platinum trophy. And yeah, a gold trophy is just the highest one that you can earn, which is unfortunate because you have to, as it is quoted by the trophy itself, kill this many fruit. Not slice, kill the fruit. Alright? That's the word choice that they've used for those trophies. I don't know why, but you have to kill like 10,000 fruit or 50,000 fruit or something. Which is bizarre terminology, but you know what? It's VR Fruit Ninja. Just be happy it exists at all. Bang. The dreaded Mojang PvP trophies. PvP trophies. From Mojang, it's funny. Red Ring of Doom and Despair, exactly, yes. The 360s that they're doomed to fail. Because the soldering would just fail on them, and because they were stress tested in the factories beforehand, it would already weaken the solder between, was it the GPU? I think it was the GPU on those original 360s. And, yeah, so they were just all destined to fail until they changed, how they did, their soldering methods with the next revision, but a big hit in Microsoft spending budget, I would think. A few $1 billion, whatever it was. I remember people sticking Q-tips in the vents trying to get the red ring to go away. Well, people use the towel trick, like they would suffocate it pretty much, and I'm pretty sure that just got the solder reflowing, so like it might reconnect itself with the GPU, but other than that, like it's just by design doomed to fail. That's what happened to it. There's a trophy to play 50 online games, play 5 quick play games, win 5 online games in a row. There's a herald on the screen. Win 25 online games, and last online trophy is to play 10 online games on a custom layout someone made. Really? Do the servers still exist for that game? Because I know some games, like, depending on when a certain update came out for it, like, the trophies aren't actually part of the main game. So, like, technically you don't need them to complete the game. How long have you been at this? I remember you doing this months ago. We're at 1,071 runs, so a little while. Bro was joking, no way Mojang has PvP. I'm just, like, picturing that in real life, just setting up a battle arena for playing Mojang. It's like setting up a battle arena for Guess Who. Loser is dead. Loser is granted death. I've had my 360 since I can remember, and it still hasn't gotten the red ring. I mean, if it's a slim, then they didn't get the red ring. Like, they were kind of patched out by that point. But the OG 360 is the one with the memory card readers. They were destined for failure. Why would they stress test in factory before selling them? Selling them already very used consoles. Well, that's what happens anyway. Like, any console that you buy is stress tested in the factory to make sure it works, and like if there are certain bugs and stuff that, because like most pieces of technology, if there are potential errors that will occur in the hardware, in the software, you're most likely not going to see them in the beginning portions of the console's use. So they stress test them to put them through different, I guess, scenarios of, like, you know, you buy a console as a person and you're hoping to play this thing for like 5-6 years minimum. So obviously Microsoft can't stress test this thing for 5 to 6 years and work out all the kinks and stuff, but like they stress test them so that you can work out as many things as possible to hopefully address issues. But they didn't know that the console was gonna red ring, so, well, they didn't know for a while, even when they were getting a whole bunch of consoles sent back, why they were red ringing. So, you know, the stress testing kind of already did the damage, right? But they do that for everything. Like, cars, they do that for too, right? So, thinking of watching this stream on the PS3, not sure. I mean, I probably won't go for much longer. Maybe we'll go for 1,080 runs, and then I'll call it there, because it is almost 2 in the morning, and sleep calls to me. So, but, like, go ahead. It should work on the PS3 still. PS3 still works with YouTube. I have the OG. I mean, then you're one of the very few that still has a working OG model and hasn't red ringed yet, but, like, most likely it will at some point. I hate to say it. I think I know why I couldn't do rocket jumps. I had skyrocket grenade on. I searched stuff, so I'm going to take it off and try. Are you talking rocket jumps or grenade jumping? Because grenade jumping is different than rocket jumping. But yeah, if you're grenade jumping, take any grenade mod off, and like your guy will still throw a basic grenade down, but it doesn't do enough damage to really hurt you in the high levels. At this point, then we should be buying them used and not full price factory. I mean, I agree with that, because things are insanely expensive these days. Yeah, no, never mind. I did it again. Same result. Oh. The Ring of Death was a factory for the first version. 360 white one. The thermal dissipation components were already screwed. They worked initially, but the heat damage accumulated. Yeah. Pretty much. And I think it was on the GPU, like near the GPU side of things, because I think the later revisions, at least with the Slim, they either changed the motherboard completely or they changed how the GPU was assembled, I guess. I'm going to BRB. Love you all. See you soon. I think he's setting up the PS3. We're gonna be on the big screen, I think. Inglorious PS3 1080p. Or maybe 720p, I don't know. The PS3 seems to pick and choose which videos it will display in 1080p on YouTube and which ones it won't. Because for some videos that I know for certain are in 1080p, because I've tested them on my phone or on my computer or the PS4, the 1080p option just won't be there on the PS3, but some older videos that were in 1080p will show up as 1080p, and you could select the option. I don't know, it has to do with something. I'm not sure what though, but something. Let's do it. Boom. What if I try moving back? Maybe I'm standing too close, I don't know. I just find it insane that they killed off the YouTube app on the Vita so quickly, and yet the PS3 version of YouTube still exists to this day. They just killed off Netflix in March, which kind of sucked. I don't really use Netflix. I haven't used Netflix in a long time. But I don't know, it's just sad to see. I think it's because it didn't support the new ad stuff, and then they're like, well, we gotta axe it now. I'm gonna go to sleep. See y'all next time. I'll watch from my PS Vita. I'm like, alright, my friend. Oh, never mind, it's dead. Oh, I was just talking about that. Yes, they killed off the Vita YouTube app in 2016. Even if you still had it downloaded or had downloaded it before, it's no longer functions. You can still do it through the web browser, though. It's a little finicky, though. I love these kinds of ports. My friend, Mr. Seldom Sweet, welcome, my friend. How are we tonight? Yes, we're playing on an actual Vita TV. We're using... I've shown it off already, but I don't care. I'm showing it off again. We're using the actual physical version of the game. Welcome back, Mr. Flip. We're using the actual physical version of the game on a PlayStation TV that's unmodded, so we're getting the genuine experience here as much as possible. And we're trying to get a Sham. We've acquired 38 Shams in 1,073 runs. 3 of which have been the 77 Sham. So, you know, but we're still doing it. We're doing this. My Xbox One S will let me play Red Dead Redemption 2 with 4K HDR, but not any other game. Did the One S have 4K? I guess it did. Well, it depends what games support 4K, right? Like, not all games are going to support 4K HDR on the original, like, that kind of generation of console. PS4 Pro, Xbox Series, or Xbox One X or S. Like, it depended on what it was programmed to do. This is 1073. This is the one where I said Milan was going to get a Sham almost 3 hours ago. Really? Did we do that many runs? I didn't think we were going to actually get that many runs in today, but alright. Sure, let's do it. Mr. the Sunk Knight Solitaire, welcome, my friend. How are we tonight? Not quite. The 360 had issues with solder and the masking agent. Unfortunately, the masking agent was the wrong one. Plus, the solder was low end, meaning eventually it would crack and be separated. Consensus is just Microsoft. Microsoft just made a few mistakes. A few teensy-weensy errors that caused billions of dollars worth of damage. But it's fine. You know what? I'm sure they're prospering now with their Xbox consoles. It's 1080p, but oh, it's upscaled, so it's like a checkerboard 4K then, probably. I would think. Something like that. I would be so real, I didn't even know BL2 was on the Vita. I know, like, so many people didn't know, and that's why I love doing these streams as well. We played through the whole story before and streamed it and did multiplayer. But that's why I love doing these streams, is because nobody remembered or nobody knew in the first place that Borderlands 2 was on the Vita. It was the first portable version of the game. And it was, at the time, a full version of the game. It lost out on some DLC support later on. Retry that name, please. You got it very wrong. The Sunk Knight Solitaire? Or, the Sunk Knight Solar. Solaire. It's 2 in the morning, my apologies. My brain is asleep. Class was long and arduous. 4K upscaled. I don't think Sing and Zootopia are the same universe. I haven't watched either of those movies, so your guess is as good as mine. I've killed Bunker at least 4,000 times on PS4. Perfect Sham didn't exist for me. See, that's not the kind of morale that I want to hear right now. But welcome, my friend. How are we? The Sun Knight Solaire. Oh, Sun Knight. Looks like Sunk Knight. My bad. My apologies. I'm sorry. At least we cleared that up. Alright. Alright. I've entered a state of being able to breathe here. But yeah, we're on the Vita. Physical version here. Playing on a PS TV. Let's drop that. Playing on a PlayStation TV with a PS4 controller. If you didn't know, the PS4 controller on the PlayStation TV, it's supported natively, however it doesn't support headphones out the bottom. It just won't do anything with them, which is sad. And makes multiplayer voice chat that much harder to do. The entire time we did multiplayer with Mr. Honest Liar, he couldn't hear me. He had to have the stream on in the background, and that's how he was able to hear me. I could hear him, but you'd have to use Bluetooth headphones. And the Vita TV cannot split audio, so you can't have chat audio going one way and then game audio going another. It has to be one or the other, so you wouldn't be able to actually hear the stream. And so we just kind of had to deal with it that way. You would have to kill the Bunker at least 3,000 more times to get at least one, and that's if you're... We have 377 Shams. We've achieved that rarity luck. I didn't collect the third one, but it was on the last stream. But we have 2 in the inventory, because I'm saving the last slot for the 94. But we have 2. There's 1. There's the other. And since there's a lot of new people in here right now, I'm going to show you one of the coolest guns of all time. You know the Bone Shredder? You know that cool gun that exists? Here's the Bone Shredder on the PS Vita. This is not modded or anything. This is how the gun looks. I will inspect it for you to get a closer look. Here it is. I will zoom in and out for you as well. As you can see all those fun little details. I will use it now for you and demonstrate what this gun looks like. Here it is in all of its glory. It shoots. It works. It is nicknamed the Schizo gun in Borderlands Vita. This is just how it is. They forgot to put the texture in for this version, and the only thing that exists is the sight, because it's on another gun, so it's already, the file is in there. When they increased the drop rates, I believe they forgot about the Bunker. I wouldn't be shocked if they did. Hey, you still got the morale, maybe you will win it. I hope so. I feel like I would play this because the main BL2 with all the DLC seems too bloated. I remember liking the main game, so if it's just grinding, then that sounds fun to me. Yeah, it has, oops, the touchpad doesn't work. It has, the Torg and Oasis DLCs and the UVHM Upgrade Pack 1. And, oh, did I miss the Slaga? And it has Gauge and Krieg, so like it has that. No Digistruct peaks, so no OP levels and no level 72 and all that. So it is a lighter version of the game, but you know, it has its charm. Especially if you're playing on an OLED Vita, then it looks nice. It looks better. I'm blowing this up onto a 45-inch TV when it's supposed to be 540p. No, I just play without the DLC. You have the donos enabled. I don't have donations because the channel is not large, but that's okay. You know what? We play to have fun. If for whatever reason donos is something that you want to do, but there is the TikTok. I'm also streaming on... Uh-oh, I forgot that happens when you swap this gun out. There is TikTok. I can put the TikTok in the description, or in the chat, if you would like to. But I am not forcing anybody to do that. That is, if you would like to. I would be more than appreciative of it, but we're just having fun here. You know what? Yeah, I guess. Great details on the gun. I really love the coloring on it. Just delete those DLCs. Yeah, I have all the separate DLCs for Borderlands 1 and 2, but my old 360 is a mini smoker. Oh my goodness. Bro's smoking the devil's stick. It's not the devil's lettuce, that's something else. Oh god. It's cute, I want this game. I mean, physically, like, I would say if you want to play this game and you're wanting to buy it legitimately, buy it digitally, because the odds of you finding a physical version with a code that has not been redeemed or hasn't expired for the DLC is slim to none. Whereas if you buy it digitally, it comes with the DLC anyway. Like, it comes with all the DLC that it released with. So I would say go that route, because you can't buy the DLC separately in the PS Vita store. Like, if you have the physical version and you want to just play and you want to add the DLCs to it, you can't buy them separately. I farmed the grinder in the pre-sequel for the perfect Sham and got one. The Sham is in the pre-sequel? Don't tell me we gotta do another Sham. We're doing it some point in the future. Don't ask me when, because I don't know. We're gonna play the PSVR version of Borderlands 2. We already kind of started it, like, with a couple streams, but we're gonna find the 94 Sham in that one, because I doubt anybody has ever found the 94 Sham in that one. I got all the DLC for BL2 pre-sequel and 3 beside Fight for Sanctuary. I used to play this game all the way on my 360. I still have my 360, but no hard drive on it. The Vita doesn't have the small disc. No, that was the PSP. The Vita has cartridges, so like, I mean, obviously the cartridge isn't in here because it's in the system, but like, that's like, from my finger down, that's kind of the size of a cartridge. And just to show it off here, because I have the thing open now, the little inserts that came with this game. These were the little inserts, advertisement for Game of the Year edition, and also Tales of the Borderlands, and then this was the DLC code. I've tried using it. You can go ahead and give it a shot. I don't think it'll work anymore, but those are the two little inserts that came with the game, which they're kind of nice to have. Most Vita games didn't come with any kind of paperwork in them. So, but, you know what? It's fine. That's bunk. I thought it had a physical disc like the other PSP. No, the PSP had the optical, the universal media disc that was very much not universal and only used on one console ever. I have all 3 Spider-Man movies on UMD, and Ghostbusters, and iRobot. Just to flex. I just got a second Bada Boom from King Mong, but it went into went into orbit. That happens sometimes. Doesn't work. I remember trying it. What? Oh, the code. Yeah. So it might have. I'm guessing it was used because I bought this copy. I think I bought this physical version off of eBay. So. Because I had the game digitally before, but I wanted it physically. So I already had the DLC for it. Like, I can... Once you download Borderlands 2, like, digitally off the store, then you can, like, physically choose which DLCs you want and which ones you don't. So I was able to just download those separately and add them to the game, right? I used to actually think and try to take out the mini disc, but I thought to myself that it was dumb to do so. I think I did that once too, but I think it was, I don't know, I was just curious. The game that I had, I think it was The Force Unleashed actually, like the physical version of The Force Unleashed on the PSP. I didn't have a game case for it, so like it was just loose, and the shell that it was in was kind of already broken, so I kind of just like peeled it back with my fingernail and took it out just to look at it. I didn't scratch it, you know, it still works. But, yo, you gotta drop me another sham, bro. You gots to. Like, we'll go through a stream like this, and then next stream we'll be like, oh, here's 3 shams. They're not the one that you want, but here's 3 of them. It didn't fly off a cliff, it literally went straight up. That happens. I know Savage Lee, when you're just like farming him in general, he won't even need to die. He'll just shoot into orbit. I don't know. The game has ragdoll physics and random number generator stuff, so it's incredibly possible that stuff like that will happen. Hi, I'm back. Did you get the sham on 1070? No, I didn't get it. As much as I would like to say I did. Anybody online? On the Vita? No, that's a shame. Vita version never got any updates to its multiplayer thing. Not shocked. You can invite one person. There's a Slayer now. It's missing some lighting, but you can kind of get the idea. This reminds me of Terraria on 3DS. I watched a video of somebody trying to do... I'm not as knowledgeable of Terraria as I once maybe was when I was a kid on my iPod 5. We had downloaded it when it came out. Terraria's on the Vita too, by the way. I will just say that. Terraria... I can't remember if you can cross-save it with the PS3 version. I don't know if they ended up being on the same version or if one of them got updated further than the other. But it's on the Vita. It functions. It works. I have it on my handheld one, not the PS TV. Got to be conservative with the space because I only have the 8 gig card in here. I have a 16 gig card and another 32 gig card I could put in here, but I'd have to transfer my Minecraft world over here somehow. Please, J-Man, give me a shield. Why my head's tickled. Mr. Flip is now back online on the... He might be on the PS3, I don't know. The Vita is able to display the most variety of online, like, the consoles that you're online with out of all the PlayStations. Because the PS4 can display whether you're on the PS5 or another PS4. Same with the PS5. The PS3 can display if there's other people on a PS3. But the Vita can display whether you're on another Vita, whether you're on a PS3 or on a PS4. On the friends list, so I will just say that. But I'm pretty sure the online notifications only show up if you're on either PS Vita or PS3. I'm gonna restart my PS3, having a fun small issue. Having a fun small issue, that's not good. I was going back to the car spawner where the other spawn is behind the car spawn, and when I went back... Pardon me? What are you talking about, my friend? Game once gave me a free... Oh, free Deepa. If I had read the things, maybe never heard of a fun issue. I could think of a few things that are a fun issue, but I would immediately have to delete this stream, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I'm summoning you. I'm good at talking. Thank you, my friend. I'm not sure what exactly that means, but I appreciate you. Appreciate every single one of you. You know what? I appreciate everybody for coming out here. I know I'm not done the stream yet, and I'm not done my haven't started my end spiel like I usually do. But I appreciate you guys. You know what? All of us getting together here, just random strangers on the internet talking to each other and helping each other out. It's good. It's hard to find stuff like that these days, so I'm glad we can come together and just have fun. What's cool about Axon is his shield skills. My B shield is really tanky and strong. Really? What tree are you spec'd into? I've never heard of a tanky B shield. It's not designed to do that. I subbed because he's good at thinking. I mean, that's one way of thinking about it. You automatically pick up money, health, and ammo. That's wrong. You don't automatically pick up ammo at all. Actually, you know what? That's all. No, you do pick up ammo. What am I talking about? I've been doing it this whole time. It's just it's not all the time that it gets picked up. Alright. Including this one, 3 more runs to go. Well, this one. 4 more runs to go. Because we play the final runs. We play the 80th run, I guess. I was roaming around, and when I went back to the car spawn, Lee spawned behind the car, and then the bullymong killed him for me. And when I was going back there to get the new car, oh, okay, that makes a little more sense. Thank you for clarifying that. I mean, that's a nice surprise to have, right? Getting the Deepa. I remember farming forever on my PS3 character. Well, my max level first character that just happens to be on the PS3 right now because of cross-saving. But I remember farming forever. Like, I spent a lot of days in one summer just farming for a Deepa for level 72. It was fine though. It was, again, set up some Mr. Nightmare. Just listen to that. I will say that's the other cool thing about the Vita PS3, PS4 version of Borderlands 2 is that you do have the cross-save functionality, so you can transfer your save between a Vita and a PS4, a Vita and a PS3, PS3, PS4. You know, there's a few things you have to watch out for when you're doing that, but like, generally, when you're playing early game, it's fine. New PS Plus monthly games are pretty great. What are they this month? I didn't look at them. Kind of sad they stopped doing the Vita and the PS3 games monthly, but I get it. You have to move on at some point. I just wish I had downloaded more of them when they did have that. I wasn't thinking about that too much. But the RNG today has been awful. I will just say that. We've had really crappy RNG. Someone should low-key make a pity drop system as a mod for BL2 for every boss. What would that look like? There's a Varuk, by the way. A pity drop. God, I hate this headphone cable. I can hear it scraping on my shirt in my ear. Because it's braided, and I didn't know it was braided when I bought it, because my cable that came with these headphones just died. Had it for 6 years, and then out of nowhere it just stopped putting out audio out into the right ear cup. So one of the rings got damaged at some point, even though I used it the day before and it was fine. Lords of the Fallen, Tomb Raider 1 to 3 remastered, starring Lara Croft, Sword Art Online. Oh, those are the PlayStation monthly games. I'm like, why are you listing a whole bunch of games? Lord of the Fallen, Warcraft Sword Online. I think the Tomb Raider one would be pretty cool. I don't know. The other ones, Crazy low, so if you wanted to continue the grind from your Vita to PS4, you can. Oh yeah, you can. It was a whole bunch of games that had a cross-save functionality back in the day. I know Helldivers, like the original Helldivers, it is the only PS Vita game, and only game to my knowledge, that you can play in a, because it had lobbies of 4, right? And it had cross-play and cross-save. So you could play with a lobby with a PS Vita player, a PS3 player, a PS4 player, and a PS5 player running the PS4 version of the game with cross-play, like cross-console voice chat. It's the only game that does that, but it's a thing. And it's really cool that it works. Mr. Alex Gomez, welcome, my friend. However, I didn't kill him all the way. Took my eye off the ball, it's my bad. I'm only on the PlayStation website and saw it there. Going to check the app to see if there is or isn't another. Okay. It's only those 3. Ah. Forgot how long the load times are on console. I mean, we're playing on a PS Vita, so calling it the console version might be, you know, underselling the other versions. He's not all the way dead, I forgot. Uh-oh. Don't kill me. We've been doing so good. Wait! Wait, Britt, get off my screen! I will not. Can you not? You're adding too many things. Can your boys drop me a sham real quick? Preferably one of the 94th percentile. But yeah, games back then used to do the cross-save stuff there was money that came out of the floor. All the time. Like, Minecraft was one of the best ones in my opinion, and they took the feature away for some stupid reason, and the final update that version ever got on the Vita and on the PS3 and, well, eventually the PS4 for the legacy version, but they removed the feature of cross-save, which I don't understand, because the game still has multiplayer, so it's not like, oh, we're killing the online capabilities of legacy Minecraft. No, it still works. You can still play peer-to-peer multiplayer or local multiplayer. The mini games still work. But you used to have a cross-save feature which would move your Vita world to the PS3, PS3 to Vita, or you could do Vita to PS4 or PS3 to PS4. You couldn't put PS4 worlds to PS Vita or PS3 because the worlds were bigger on PS4, but you could do the other way. And it was really cool, because yeah, like, oh, you're playing Minecraft on your console, on your PS3 at home, and oh, you're going on a trip, transfer the world onto your Vita, and you can continue playing exactly as you were. And like, the PS3 and the Vita versions were exactly the same, so you weren't missing anything by playing on the Vita, outside of a couple frames, but still. And then they just took the feature out. I'm like, dude, that sucks. That's like a really stupid thing to do. Not gonna lie, that's usually what happens to me anyway. Like, it says it's 1 out of 100 drop rate. One of those drops of the 100 drops will eventually give me. Yeah. Well, that's just what RNG is, right? Like, it's 1 out of however many, and you might get it the first try, you might not. It might take 100, it might take more than 100, right? Like, it's completely randomized, and I don't know. Sometimes it's therapeutic, sometimes I might need an actual therapist, but it's a game. You know what? We have fun playing it. It's something to look forward to. It's something to strive for. It's a goal. And 2 people had asked me to do it while we were playing the story mode, and I said, why not? Let's do a Sham farm on the Vita. Let's be the first people to ever get the Sham, the 94 Sham on the Vita version. Also, how have you never seen Singer Zootopia? Because I'm an adult man? I don't know. I don't have children, so I'm not taking them to see it. My fiance isn't into that kind of thing, so we don't go to watch it. I don't know. I wasn't a kid when those movies came out, so it's not like I was into it and wanted to see it. I don't know. Never fell under my radar. I mean, I know some stuff about Zootopia, because that one came out a little while ago, but the Sing one, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about it. Other than I remember that it had, like, a pig dressed in, like, a spangly outfit or something. And he had a microphone. Am I pretty close? Don't start the spinach. I'm gonna go watch someone play BL2 roguelike mod. Have a good night. Alright, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. Always appreciate some new faces. And yeah, I hope you're gonna go watch someone play Roguelands. Joltz made that mod, I'm pretty sure, didn't he? He invented the Roguelands mod, or the Roguelite. No, he called it Roguelands. You got one, I think? Don't troll me like that. What do you mean? You should know about the pig. is that, just gotta watch it for the lore, man. I didn't, nah. We've had many Shams, but we did not get a 94, unfortunately. Also, welcome, my friend. How are we? Like, anything, please. No! See, it's moments like this where I'm just almost tempted to restart the game and then try it again, see if the RNG changes. Alright. Potentially last run of the night. Let's see what it lands us. Hey, Commando, want to make your saber turret more awesome? How do you know what I am? Good lord, 1,300 likes on the TikTok, my friends. You're too kind. Continue. Let's see. Donkey Mario Yoshi, I'm guessing you're a Nintendo fan. No, he's a die-hard Halo fan, I'm sure of it. What'd you think of the new Mario movie? I haven't seen it, probably won't see it, but I'm interested to hear what people say about it. Since the first one was received a lot of praise, and then this second one is seemingly not of the same level of praise, to put it lightly. I can't wait to just be able to breathe. That color of blue looks like pearls. I know it looks like pearls. Thank you. Finally somebody else noticed it. You wouldn't believe the amount of times I thought we got a pearl. Like, I've kind of trained myself to recognize what the rare, or like the blue rarity looks like on this version. But as soon as, and I think I looked at it in detail in the last Sham farm, if there's a blue and a green beam that are interlocked with each other, it is the exact same shade as a pearl. I kid you not, it is the exact same shade on this version. The color's just not deep enough of a blue to look like its proper rarity, unfortunately. Kill skill. There we go. Look at the damage. Beautiful. Making me think, I was gonna see it, but ended up watching Scream 7 instead. That's quite the U-turn in terms of movies you were gonna watch. Scream 7 was trash, as expected. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to keep it fresh when you've made 7 of them. Oh, you gotta remain on the ground, sir. Or in it. Why did I reload? God damn it. Come back. Or not. Just stay behind the pillar. It'd be fire if I bought an MLP avatar on the PS3. Just you suck. We're doing one more run. I have a good feeling about this next run. I'm still awake. We're doing one more run. I'm going for 3 hours and 15 minutes. It's a pretty good sham farm. Pretty good length. Just unfortunately not a lot of shams to show for it. Yeah, like, look at this. I'm gonna see if I can line these beams up. That one... It looks a little better when the beams are, like, one right on top of each other. Maybe I need the blue one in front, actually. Let's try that out. Okay, get out the way. Yeah, right there. Look at it. It looks like a pearl beam. When the blue one is in front and the green is behind it, it looks like a pearl. Like, is that not the exact same shade as a pearl? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And then you, like, move around and like, oh, wait a second. My whole life has been a lie. We went to a drive-in, but the audio from Mario sounded like a toaster and his TV static being blended, so we screen hopped to screen 7. You went to a drive-in theater and they had Mario play? I didn't think drive-in theaters still existed too much. I know during COVID they were a little more popular, but we are since removed from COVID. Can't end the night off with no sham. Can't stop until you get one. I don't even remember what run we got the one sham on tonight. We would be here forever, saying that is how... You're right, though. Welcome, my friend. I don't know if I can say that user. Mr. Donut Lord said it for me. Thank you. You're right, though. All right, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll get on a roll here. I don't know. It is Wednesday night. No classes on Thursdays. Can sleep in tomorrow. It's just I'm keeping myself from the nose spray, so I'm able to breathe. That's what's at stake here. Wondrous name. Exactly. Certain emotions are evoked from having experienced that username. Let's see. What if we need to just defeat Master Gee? What if he's just keeping that 94 sham from us? Wednesday night is the new Friday night, baby. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. I wish. I have to make a math test tomorrow. That's not Friday night. That's not what you do on Saturdays, even though that's what I would be doing on Saturday if I was here for that day. But, you know. I'm putting a bonus question on my test that's worth 2 marks. And it's going to be who's the greatest TC that ever lived. And TC means teacher candidate. And they know I'm a teacher candidate. And if they get it wrong, I might just have to fail the whole class. Thank you, I love Borderlands 2 content. Have you seen Borderlands 2 content in this form before? I can say that many people have not. We're playing the PS Vita version of the game on an actual PS Vita hardware on a PlayStation TV. And we're using the physical version of the game. Why are you still alive? We're using the physical version of the game, the physical cartridge. Because the Vita TV accepts cartridges. Here's the game case, right here. He's facing a certain way again. Brother, you gotta drop me a sham. I'm now starting to get looped up into the we have to see a sham before bedtime ensues. There's an E-Tech. You can barely read the E-Tech text. They just didn't do a great job at that, did they? Did we get anything, brother? Seems fair. You fail them anyway. Fail them anyway. Yeah, really. I don't know. I feel so bad because they're so far removed from the unit that I taught them because I was only there for 3 weeks before I had to go back to the university, and then I'd be in every Monday. And of the 3 weeks, I had to start my unit on the second week, like for the last 2 weeks. So I had 2 weeks to teach them algebra and patterning. And the test is now 5 weeks removed from the end of when I taught them the unit. Like, I did review day, like, on a couple of the Mondays that I was in, I did review with them, but I'm like 5 weeks now removed from when I last taught them. And they've had to go through a different math unit in that time in between because, you know, they have math every other day with their actual teacher. And I just, as a student, I would hate doing that. But as a teacher candidate, like, I could have made a test and then just told the teacher, like, hey, give this to them. But, like, that's, I don't know. I kind of want to be there for when they take it to experience that because I've never experienced that before. I've never had to make a test before. So we'll see how that goes. Never, it's so cool. That's dope. We will get one before, we're now a collective we. We will get one before end. Yes, we will. Hopefully. We did get one earlier on. It was an 86% sham. Mr. Strange got that right. Oh, I can't breathe. Brother, you gotta drop me a sham, like, yesterday. Alright, I'll go till 3 a.m. if we don't get one before then. That'll give us 20 more minutes of runs. And then I will have to do a hard cutoff right there, because then we're getting insane. That sounds awful. You're doing God's work in teaching our next generation. I'm just a tractor mechanic. Well, he's alive again, so I may or may not have looked away when I was going up the ramp. How was the dying? Just a cool $7 million fee. That's okay. Oh boy, 3 a.m. I mean, yeah, you know what? Teaching's fun so far. This is my second placement, so I enjoy it. The group of kids that I had, they're lovely. They are lovely folks. Oh, he's giving us an easy kill. There we go. You play Farming Simulator, my friend? If you're a tractor mechanic. I have a friend who I grew up with, lives on a farm, and the only thing I ever see him playing on Discord is Farming Simulator. I'm like, that's putting a hat on a hat, I think. Have you considered doing 100% completion on a character, all bar challenges and customization? I think that's what I'll do is 0. I mean, I think I have all the bar challenges on my one maxed out character because I had to do it for the Platinum Trophy. I don't think I had all customizations, though. I think I got really close, but I didn't... Like, there was customizations you needed to buy in the vending machines that I never did. The challenge of getting perfect weapons is what separates BL2 and BL3. I mean, you can get perfect weapons in BL3. Like, there's absolutely god rolls of stuff in that game, but... What happened? Why am I dying? We died. Ah, no. No. No, we're right back at the beginning. No, it's what we started with. Bunker SMG. Brother, that's not exactly what I asked for. Well, I can add you to the list. I'm not picking you up since we found too many of you. But we got something. 46 bunker SMGs. If I had a bunker SMG, or if I had, you know what, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Darn tractor mechanics. It's lovely until they aren't. I mean, you know what? Everybody has bad days. Students, they have so much going on at home, and they're developing into little social beings, right? So we've all been there. As a teacher, all you can do is just be there for them when they need it, instruct them in how to be a good person, and you're instructing as much as you're instructing content from the curriculum, you're also teaching them how to be good people and how to deal with the challenges that life throws at them. So, you know what? If they aren't being lovely that day, then you just, as the teacher, you got to be better for them. You got to take what they give you and just try and make that day as easy as possible for them until they get home. I'm definitely farming that ladder today. LMAO. Farming Sim 2012 was my favorite. There's a farming sim on the Vita, by the way. I'm just saying that. You need to hold your cat there. Good luck. What? The beach. Too many SMGs, lol. Is that all tonight? I mean, it's not 3 a.m. yet, and that wasn't a sham, so do the math. Ugh. We can do this. We will prosper. I know, 46 bunker SMGs and 38 shams sounds like a lot. And you know what it is? That is a lot of those two items that are considered on the rare side, but like, we want a certain one of one of them. No, I mean all 46 dropped. No, not all 46. That would be insane. I didn't drop 1,000 runs tonight. No, that 46 is cumulative of all the streams that we've done farming them so far. So like we didn't do all 1,083 runs tonight. Like that's over the course of like 20 something streams. That's how much we've done. We're making history. This is all a history documentation now going online. I'm gonna get killed. Give me the shield, old man. Where did you come from? The runs, shams, and SMG count as collective for... Okay, well, there you go. Nah, it's alright. Sorry, it's not clear right off the hop. Neither is that sham that didn't drop. I can actually collect the money again since I died. That's progress. No legendaries. I'm kind of shocked we didn't see a legendary, like, outside of the regular ones that he drops. We did find like 4 customizations tonight, so I think that's where our luck kind of landed. We found a sham and 2 bunker SMGs. So we've been getting his drop chance. It's not like we haven't been seeing anything. It's just not in the category that we want. Alright, let's go. 13 more minutes. Or until we find a sham. I'm not sure what kind of gun that is on there, but it looks like a cool one. Ow. My fingertips are dry. Scratch my eye with it. Was there an element on the bunker SMG? I don't think so. I think that was just a regular one. We found a slag one earlier today, though, and I know we found a fire one. We found a couple fire ones. That's crazy. You should have done more. You should have gotten more drops, but the drops seem way more rare on this version. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know, because I know future patches increased drop rarity on some enemies. I don't know if Bunker was one of them. Like, I know we kind of talked about it earlier. However, the Vita version is technically on an older version than most, well, every other version out there. It's on an older version. So, it's possible that it missed certain hot fixes with regards to drop rates. I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched somebody else do a sham farm, so I'm not sure how frequent those are. But like I 100% believe that the other versions drop them more frequently. Daytime. Brother, you gotta stop shooting me, man. You're making this go way longer than it needs to. There we go. Never would have even thought of that. Yeah, I mean, there's a few things you need to consider when you're playing this version, because you can't sit down and play it the same way you would play another version of the game, right? Like, even just stability-wise. You know, there are certain parts of the game that will crash if you do certain things. So you need to keep that in mind when you play in areas like the Exploitation Preserve and Sawtooth Cauldron. Sawtooth Cauldron is the worst area in the game, I think, in terms of stability. So, you know, he had like hundreds of drops, really? Am I just getting the short end of the stick over here because I'm playing the Vita version? Come on, dude. Come on, I don't ask for much. Just the rarest shield in the game. Actually, it's not even the rarest shield in the game. The perfect height of Terra is, but like, it's a close second. $85. Ah. Oh my god. Deja. This was helping me breathe earlier. Why isn't it working anymore? Also, Shift still works on the Vita version, I'll just say that. You can still input Shift codes and they'll work on here and you can redeem them. Obviously, you know, the Borderlands 2 Shift codes, not other game Shift codes. Like the 10th anniversary Shift code worked on here when you got like a OP8 hair. See, that was the thing though. And this is the weird thing about this version, because it makes me think that they had planned to release the UVHM2 pack on here, or at least it's in, because I'm pretty sure it's in the game's code already, like having the ability to have level 72 weapons or level 62 weapons and above. Because we experimented with this when we played the story mode of this game. And it involves using the cross-save feature. Because this version doesn't have the UVHM upgrade pack 2, so level 61 is your max, right? But if you transfer your character off of the Vita onto a PS3, for example, or a PS4, and you put a level 72 weapon in this character's inventory, and then transfer it back onto the Vita will read the item card and display level 72 is required. If that never existed in the game before, you know, the upgrade pack, it shouldn't be displaying that, I would think, in my opinion, or it shouldn't, like, let you look at the gun at all in your inventory. It should say, like, this content requires a DLC that is not installed kind of thing, but it doesn't. You can look at it, the weapon, you can inspect the weapon, and on the item card it will display requires level 72, which you can't obtain on this version. So, I don't know, it makes me think that that is just in the game's code, and downloading the upgrade pack just unlocks the ability to progress further on the level bar. So I'm almost wondering if there's a way to, if you really dissect the code of this version of the game, brute force it to run or allow level cap upgrade. Oh crap, ow. How are you still standing? It's demoralizing at some point. I thought this was a pearl. Seeing things. Like, the purples are cool to look at, but I feel like we're seeing more purples than, I don't know. No, never mind, I went to check. I think you actually have more drops than he did at this point. Really? We have more drops? Wow. That's insane to think about. Alright. This is the final run of the night. I have to put a pin in it here. I am now starting to feel the tired, and the cats want food, so they will get food. And I can't wait to be able to breathe again with nose spray, so we'll do that. Final run. Here we go. See if we get lucky, or see if we are in an infinite time loop, and I don't know, maybe the RNG just maybe wasn't on our side tonight. And that sometimes happens, but you know, it's still fun to play the game either way, and it's still fun to talk to you guys. You know, that's what makes the streams fun, I think, is the conversations. Game is fun too, but when you marry the two worlds together, that's what streaming is about, I think. Okay, let's do this. Speedrun, Minecraft speedrunning strats, the Hunger Games strats, sprint jumping. I agree. I'm glad somebody also agrees. Thank you, Mr. Flip. Not gonna lie, I fell asleep for a bit. Well, this is the last run, Mr. Donut Lord, so your sleep, you will not be held away from sleep for too much longer. And it looks like he's given us a quick kill. Good morning, Donut. I too agree. I indicate what I'm agreeing on. I could spin that in a really bad way, and then you just have agreed to it. Morning flip, lol. No, there's no way we were streaming through Mr. Donut Lord's nighttime sleep, and now it's morning for him. Alright. I got the latest patch, and the warrior and the bunker still suck at drop rates. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's fair. Well, that's why people moonshot farm the warrior, right? We did get one of the warrior's dedicated drops, or one of the warrior's drops while farming the bunker, because he drops the volcano, right? The volcano sniper, the warrior. We got one from here. I have it in my inventory. I didn't really know what it was, because I never really heard of it, and then somebody was like, "You got that from the bunker?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're cool." I just agreed to war crimes being good or something. Yeah, probably.
Ah, for God's sake. Alright. That's alright. Today wasn't the day for multiple shams. That's unfortunate, but not uncommon. Axton, you really gotta retool your expectations, my friend. Alright. Yep, just to give me more, just to stick the finger in my face. Here's a white weapon on UVHM. There's multiple white weapons. Okay. Alright. I'm getting a bit tired too, yeah, no kidding. Gonna go to sleep. See, this is fun to watch, bro. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, I mean, for everybody who's stuck around, like 3.5 hours. Actually, you know, it's 3 hours 40 minutes. That's a long time, and you guys sat with me the whole time. I appreciate that. I agreed to legalizing citizen ownership of nukes. You agreed to selling your soul to work for Milan as a mod for free. He already does. Sleep well, not a bad trade-off, Flip. Dang, it's morning, time to wake up. That's insane. What the heck are you talking about? Don't scare me like that. I won't forget playing BL1 with you, and Roland always say it's like Christmas. It's like Christmas, yes. The way you always say it. You'd always say that's a white weapon. That's not at all Christmas. Did I say that? That's funny. I'm sure many things were said on those late night Borderlands streams. Alright, my friends, that's gonna do it for me tonight. I appreciate every single one of you for sticking around tonight. A lot of you stuck around for majority of the stream, and you know what? I commemorate on you all for that. That is insane stuff. It's exciting stuff too. You know what? It's exciting to do these sham farms and to hear from all of you. You guys make these streams what they are. Absolutely having conversations with you, whether we're talking about the game or just talking about life in general. It's always a pleasure to hear from you and to talk with you. And I don't know when my next stream will be. Maybe Saturday, depending. You know what? Actually, no. What am I doing? I'm not here Saturday. Um, might be a while for another stream. Because Friday night I will need to get ready for Saturday stuff. Depending on when I get home Saturday night, maybe we'll do a stream. Maybe we'll do something with Ben. I don't know. Have to. It's still a couple days from now, so we'll have to see where that goes. And Sunday, no, because I work and then school. So, yeah, just play it by ear. Turn the channel notifications on if you're subscribed, and that's honestly that's the best way I can, best advice I can give you if you want to kind of stay on top of when these things happen. So, yeah, thank you everybody for being here. Let me read these things real quick here. You do have more drops. I don't even know why I thought he had hundreds of drops. He was counting the world drops and stuff, though. Oh. Well, we would have more than the 38 drops if we counted world drop legendaries, because we did get a few of those. Fine stream, Mr. Streamer Dude Man. As always, thank you, my friend. See you next time. Peace. I will always stick around. I'm like glue. I just don't hold well. You're stick glue, then. Hell yeah, good night, everyone. I remember that mission in BO1 when you had to kill hundreds of claptraps. That's the DLC, isn't it? I've never played the DLCs on Borderlands 1. I just recently acquired them through the triple pack, so at some point we'll have to stream those DLCs as well. We'll have to have some fun with that, but yes. Take it easy, everybody. Have a great night or great rest of your day, depending on where you're coming from, and hopefully I will see you Saturday. I can't guarantee it, but hopefully I'll see you Saturday, and if not, I will see you next time. Summer is almost here, so we'll have a more kind of consistent schedule and more streams throughout the week. So, yeah, peace.